Innovator of bounds, Tommy Dreamer, and you're listening to UWO, giving you all your wrestling action and podcasting to the extreme.
The following announcement has been paid for by the Urban World Order.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the AEW Galaxy. Your AEW General here, Eddie Ortiz. I am joined by my Secretary of Education in Wrestling and all things wrestling. Go learn you something, Mr. Bryan Lopes.
Howdy ho.
This past Sunday, September 4th, 2022, AEW presented All Out. Wonderful event. We had crownings of our first Trios champions. A wonderful tag team match where the Acclaim were stamped and certified.
Sesame Daddy ass.
Many other matches. Great. Two legends put on a classic. And then we had the crowning of Chicago's own son, one CM Punk. And the night was capped off by the incredible return of the devil himself, MJF. But unfortunately, all that was marred in controversy when our faithful founder, Tony Khan, held one of his world-famous post-media scrums. One, Mr. newly crowned AEW World Champion, Philip CM Punk Brooks, decided to take upon himself with a live mic and with many, many eyes upon him, decided to air out the AEW dirty laundry. As you all saw and heard, he went ham on one Colt Cabana. He went ham on one Adam Hangman Page. And he went ham on our EVPs. Upon which all this caught our faithful founder, one Mr. Tony Khan, all by surprise. The man did not know how to react. The combination of White Claw and cocaine is not a good combination when somebody is going off the cuff. We apologize for that, and we have sent him to training, and Mr. Tony Khan will learn from his mistakes, and he is growing. Please bear with him. It does not happen all in one night. Rome wasn't built in one day. But unfortunately, what took place afterwards was a black eye on AEW. When one Mr. Phil Brooks retired back to his dressing room, our EVPs, one Matthew Jackson, Nicholas Jackson, and Kenneth Omega,
Jerome,
decided that they were going to approach a man who was still hot, still on fire, still ready to go.
Yes.
Now, there are conflicting reports. We do not know. Punches were thrown, chairs went flying, dogs were barking, hairs were being pulled, and apparently somebody resorted to The Walking Dead and started biting people. I do not know what happened backstage. Unfortunately, I was not present. But all that being said, as you all saw, the dirt sheets, the bots, the loyalist puppets, all called what transpired that night the nail in our coffin, the deathbed, the end of AEW. that the company's going down the toilet. Well, it's with a heavy heart that I sit here before you all and tell you that the state of AEW is fucking great. Alright? We ain't fucking dead, son. We ain't done. You know why? Because 3 wise men stepped up.
That's true.
1, Chris Jericho, the tamer of lions.
Mr. Judas.
Bryan Danielson, the dragon of American birth.
America, fuck yeah.
Jonathan Moxley, the bringer of violence and blood.
He likes to bleed.
They stepped up and told you in one fell swoop on Wednesday night that AEW ain't going fucking nowhere. So for all you loyalist puppets, oh, AEW's done. They don't know how to control their locker room. Okay? Christopher Jericho told you all as his locker room. And he'll be damned if anybody gonna take it from him.
Goddamn right.
Bryan Danielson went out there and took Hangman, who you all were dragging through the mud, and put on a fucking clinic.
5 stars.
And let you know that he's gonna control that ring. And then one Jonathan Moxley with an impassionate promo where he lets you all know if you don't want the fucking ball, he'll take the ball and he'll run with it.
Game time, bitches.
Okay? Keep calling him the third wheel because he's number 1 right now. He ain't third as shit. So for all you people who want to be like, oh, AEW's done. Oh, they're done. Right here. You know why? You know, like TK said, he got the fucking money to go to war.
Sir, we can't say the F word.
I can say the F word.
I mean, we'll probably get fined for it.
Fire me. Fire me, you fucking marks!
What up, bitches? It's the 2-man power trip this week. This is the UWO podcast. I am Bryan Lopes. As you can see, Kyle Chapman is either a ghost or his black ass ain't here. And I'm also joined by...
He is doing his best John Cena.
I thought he was doing Drax, where if you don't move, he just goes invisible. See? Comic reference, I got it. I'm joined by the AEW general himself, Eddie Ortiz.
I don't know what happened earlier. That split
We
personality.
got interrupted.
Split personality disorder. You know, several people in here.
Some came
Just
over.
a tick. Just a little tick.
But what's going on, everybody? Kyle couldn't make it tonight. Unfortunately, he won't be here. So me and Eddie gonna have the 2-man power trip tonight. But yeah, no, it was a great intro to the show, by the way. That shit was fucking cool.
Y'all sitting there, oh, AEW dead, AEW going down, oh, Phil. You know what? We're going to take care of the cancers. We're going to take care of the problems, okay? Because we got some generals. We got 3 wise men, okay? They came to Tony Khan, and they presented him with frankincense and myrrh and gold and all that good shit. You know, like, don't worry, TK. We got you.
Well, hopefully TK will listen.
Okay?
So, well, shit, might as well get into it. Fuck it, I'm gonna put it on the screen. AEW has suspensions. The Bucks, Kenny Omega, Michael Nakazawa, Christopher Daniels, Brandon Cutler, all suspended.
Pat Buck,
Pat
A
Buck
Steel.
as well, A Steel. And CM Punk is out with injury, but he is quote unquote suspended. What do you think about that? Ooh, that was a funny picture for later. What do you think about that, Eddie?
Well, TK did what he was supposed to do.
Facts.
He did what everybody said he had to do. He went in there and said, I don't know what the fuck going on, but all you go the fuck home, give my belts.
Yep.
He said, give my belt, leave the belts on my table and get the fuck out. Go home. You know what? I didn't want to see your faces. We'll Zoom. Okay? We'll Skype. I didn't want to see your faces live.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Utter embarrassment to TK.
Honestly, I agree. Like, you have to send everybody home because right now it's too volatile. You don't want everybody showing up to Dynamite, and it sucks because it's really another reset for AEW this year. Like, this reminds me of WCW 2000, where time after time belts are being vacated, people are getting injured, champions are gonna have to give up their titles. Hell, Bacon's undefeated again.
Bacon's a Grand Slam champion.
For real.
He's the only true Grand Slam champion. That man's held belts all over the globe.
Mm-hmm.
AEW is the last holdout.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Bacon got us.
Yep.
Congratulations, Bacon.
You did it again.
I'll acknowledge you.
That's right. He won. But no, with all due respect, it was a smart move by Tony. Like, I understand with Punk's suspension. It's like, well, he's having surgery anyway. He's going to be out, they say, 6 to 9 months. We all saw that shit coming.
Hold on. Gary, because you've been really trolling AEW lately. All right, come have a seat. Have a seat right here. Have a seat. What's up? Bad booking? I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Is it not booked the way you would book it? Is it done unpredictably? Is there a problem? You can't predict the booking? To me, that seems like a good thing. Okay, you call it bad booking. I call it unpredictability.
Facts.
Okay, we gotta get on the same page here. I might have to take a +1. Okay.
Oh, there's no more +1s. We're on YouTube.
Hey, you ain't getting no VIP
until that day comes. But but let's be honest about AEW's booking now, because now that they took the belts off of these guys, they got to make choices, and this is one of the reasons why I've always loved what AEW's been doing when it comes to their booking. You showcase everybody. You make everybody look like a credible competitor in that ring, whether they're a title contender or they're wake up from Dark and Elevation. You know what I'm saying? Like, right now, it's the time for other people to shine. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll talk later on about, the trios title and how Death Triangle ended up winning the belts. But when it comes to the situation with these guys, right? Like I said, it does suck that you just crowned, trios champions, and now they're all suspended and you got to take the belts off and do something else. But now we got to go to the story, because the story is getting different day by day. Now it's to the point where they're saying MJF was in the room or knew what happened. So he has to be questioned. The fucking vice president of the company, I forgot what her name was, like Maria or Monica or something.
That's our head legal officer.
Yeah, the head legal officer. She was supposedly in the room, that the Bucks brought her with them when they were going into the room with everybody. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be an interesting situation to see how this all plays out. So yes. I don't know what's going on here. I honestly think, thank you, Gabe, Megan. I don't know what's going on here when it comes to the situation. I'm just gonna let it play out and see what the fuck happens, because to me it's like, we can say what we want, but until we know the facts as good as we can get them, or until one of the people involved speaks, it's all speculation from here on out.
TK, the tournament, it's called the Tournament of Champions. If you notice, all the people in the tournament are former champions. Okay? So, as I would agree with you, Will Hobbs is a viable candidate. He is not a former champion.
Yep.
This is for former champions to crown a new champion. Now, Will Hobbs will get his day.
Yeah.
Okay? One day soon, you will, in the future, you will be sitting here talking about Will Hobbs is AEW World Champion. Mm-hmm. He will get his time. Okay, the man is still a baby. Let him develop. He will come.
Yeah. Okay,
others will come. Okay, what happened this Sunday? Okay, better have been the kick in the dick that TK needed. Straight in the dick.
For real.
Okay, both balls, the shaft, everything, just square. Pat McAfee pump right in the nuts. Okay, that's what it should have been. Okay, this is a sign that he needs to move away from these WWE guys. Okay, as much as I love some of these guys, they're becoming a problem. Where you got Andrade, who doesn't look like he wants to even fucking do anything besides cash a check and touch Charlotte Flair's plank of wood.
That's flat.
Okay,
that is flat.
That man's showing no umph. Okay, Alistair, Malachi, we don't know what's going on. If he has mental health issues, please go home, take care of him, do whatever you gotta do. We know you said to yourself you had a back injury that derailed a lot of shit that you were supposed to be doing and everything. And now you have these personal problems. By all means, if you need time to go home and take care of this, take as much time as you need. But if you're just doing this and saying this because you want out of your contract just to go back to Papa H, then say so. Be a man. Be like, listen, I'm not happy here. I want to go back to Hunter because, I've been talking to Hunter on the low and, he going to take care of me.
Yep. And from what I heard, and this is just speculation, then the quote-unquote terms of release is that he has a 1-year non-compete. So he's not allowed to do anything for 1 year.
Apparently, the TK is going to send him home for a year, pay him and everything, and then let him get through his shit, let him get his mind clear, his body right, his mind right and everything, and maybe return.
Yeah.
Now, if this is just a ploy to get out of your contract, you just enjoy your year, and we'll see you in fucking 2024 in WWE. Okay? If that's what you're doing. Okay. The others who are coming over from... Okay, you got Bobby Fish who was upset. I'm sorry, Bobby, you're fucking pushing 50. You can't stay healthy. Okay? You were the fourth wheel on your fucking group anyways.
I'll say this about Bobby Fish, because I've been following his career since he came over from Noah and all that stuff, right? From the Ring of Honor days to the AEW, to the NXT days to the AEW days, he's always been the bottom of the totem pole no matter what group he's a part of. You know what I'm saying? Like, even Red Dragon, he was only popular in Red Dragon because of Kyle O'Reilly. You know what I'm saying? Undisputed Era, he was a champion, and he got the title stripped from him, and they never even gave the belt back when he was healthy. They just kept it on Roddy. With all due respect to Bobby Fish, he's a good competitor, he's damn good in the ring, but he was never over. Never. Bobby was always the bottom of the totem pole, no matter what group he was a part of.
You did not draw. You could put on a great match, but we couldn't. You can't be relied upon because you could throw in that great match, and next thing you know, you're fucking hurt. So go do your podcasts. Go air out your dirty laundry. You can be all upset and everything because we gave Cole and O'Reilly, the money men, 5 years and gave you fucking 12 months. Yeah. Okay? I'm sorry. And then on top of that, we lost O'Reilly, so we got him for 5 years, and we don't know if he's coming back.
Yeah.
The man had neck fusion surgery. He had what took Edge out. We ain't gonna wait 9 years for him to come back. Yeah. So the only Cole's now he's in purgatory.
Yeah.
Because everything we were writing for him was fucked up because the elite are EVPs, didn't know how to act like EVPs. Mm-hmm. Okay? And I'm at the point now where people say, oh, if the elite go, that's the end of AEW. No, it's not the end of AEW.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Okay? No, because people forget. They weren't even TK's first choice.
Exactly.
Okay? Unfortunately, first choice was Punk. Okay? He had other choices ahead of them. They're the ones that approached them. Actually, Cody Rhodes was the one that approached them to get them to approach him.
Yeah.
Okay? So this is all facilitated through Cody. Okay? And now it makes fucking sense why Cody fucking left.
Yep.
Because you guys are down there stroking your egos instead of trying to build a company with your children when they become of age can aspire to work for.
And here's the kicker, too, when it comes to the Bucks being EVPs and all this shit, right? And it's funny because it's somebody that I know you don't agree with, and you know that I actually enjoy his work, is Jim Cornette. Jim Cornette and Bryan Last have been saying this stuff about the Bucks for years. And everyone's like, oh, he's just a grumpy old man, blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, I've had experiences with these guys. I worked with them in Impact Wrestling. I worked with them in Ring of Honor. I know how they are. They have a good old boys club from all the dudes that were in the PWG days. Back when, you remember Joe and Bryan?
They have a clique.
Yeah, they got a clique.
They have a clique. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows the elite was this generation's clique.
Yeah, they're literally trying to be this
They're literally the clique.
Yeah. So, and Cornette has been saying this forever. He's like, I've been telling you guys this forever, and now people are starting to come around and believe me. It's like, if you're not doing shit their way, they're going to bad talk you, they're going to throw dirt on your name, and they're going to say fuck you, and they're going to bury you.
Yes, because we know who was leaking to Meltzer. We know.
Let's be honest.
We know. It was you, Kenny. It wasn't even Kenny. Like, Kenny's coming off as a follower in this whole situation.
Oh, yeah.
Because all the different stories all say that Kenny went with them, that they took Kenny with them to, confront CM Punk.
Yeah, in case any shit went down.
Stories go that they kicked the door down. Now, mind you, if you all rolled up in there kicking the door down, then you know what? You deserve to get punched in the fucking face and chair thrown at you. Yeah. Okay? Ace Steele's story is that they came barging in, and his wife was sitting in there with Larry, the dog, and she freaked out. So him being a man and a husband jumped in there and flipped the fuck out because what the fuck? As me personally, if I'm coming out of another section of the locker room and my wife is screaming bloody hell and there's 3 men approaching her or just kick the door in, I'm going to go off and start swinging right away. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? That's my wife.
But here's the kicker to that story, right? Do you think the Bucks would be kicking the door in if they're going in with the paralegal lady?
And that's where everything gets confusing because now it's like, these people were sitting in there like, Pat Buck, you, sir, get the fuck out. Because you seem to be involved in a lot of shit, and you shouldn't even be involved in any of this shit. You are nobody in that company.
Really quick, Jackson, that's literally what I was saying. That Cornette's been talking about this for years, dude. Not just recently on the podcast. He's been saying this shit for years about them. And that's the kicker. It's like, where do you draw the line as a fan? It's like, do you give a shit about who the clique is or what they're doing? Or do you give a fuck about people who want to do shit the right way?
Leading up to this point, I was one of those people that was giving them a pass because I felt that they were doing, like, I knew the Bucks were selfish. Come on, we all knew this.
Yeah.
Any indie fucking promotion they ever showed up on, first thing they said is, we want to be your champion.
Yeah.
And, you know, they brought money in. They brought tickets. They brought asses to seats. So people bent over for them. And over the years, they got comfortable with that bending over. Now, when AEW started, I figured, okay, they're looking to start a company. They're going to, you know, help start the company. Obviously, they're going to be front and center. They're the big names.
Yep.
It's a brand new company. They're going to be front and center. So, you know, I give them benefit of the doubt. Cool. But now, it's starting to look like y'all just want the company to revolve around you. And when you're done, you don't give two fucks. Well, if that's the case, and this is where, if I was TK, I sit those three men. I sit each of them individually down. I wouldn't even sit them down as a group.
Yep.
Individually, look me in the eyes and tell me that you want this company to succeed, or you just want yourself to succeed.
Here's my question: do you even leave them with the EVP
Oh hell
title?
no! You're done.
Yeah.
You're down. If you want to be EVPs, retire from in-ring competition. 100%.
1,000% agree.
100% retire.
Because we said the
in-ring
same
competition.
We said the same shit about Cody. Because when Cody booked himself in that manner, where he was like, "I'm not challenging for the world title," it was like you shot yourself in the foot. And even like we said before too, Cody knew what the fuck was going on. Cody knows professional wrestling done a certain way, and we can be honest about it. Whether I know Kyle's not here to defend himself, but let's be honest. The first year plus of AEW was always about Cody. And it wasn't just because it was about Cody. It's because Cody did the best shit in that ring. He told the best stories. He was the best on the microphone. And he was the best at making matches feel like they're big-time matches. Like, with all due respect to Kenny, because we all know Kenny is amazing in that ring. The Bucks, amazing in the ring. They're just doing shit to do shit at times. You know what I'm saying? Cody made you feel, whether it was him and his brother, whether it was the story of getting Darby over, whether it was the friction between him and MJF, whether it was the challenge of Jericho and going for that championship. Cody always made you feel something. He knew how to do it the old school way with new school tools. You know what I'm saying? And he saw the writing on the wall. So that was, like, when Cody left, it was the first crack in the foundation of AEW. Let's be honest about it.
And the thing is that, you know, foundations can be plugged, foundations can be fixed.
Yeah.
We have our pillars.
Oh, of course.
We have our pillars to hold up the roof and everything. And this is where I said TK needs to wake up. And as you can see by Wednesday, one man, Miss Dominique's plaything, you know, when she lets him out of the dungeon, stepped the fuck up and said, "I heard you motherfuckers saying I'm done. I'm done."
And he flipped it. He didn't even turn heel.
Y'all think I'm done? Y'all think nah, I'm gonna remind y'all whose world it is. Okay? Even the young kids all came up and stepped up their game. Okay? So we are showing you, AEW is showing you that this is not going to go the way people, the elite are gone, they're screwed. So
100% disagree.
Okay? What the Bucks gonna do? They're gonna go over to Papa H and wrestle the same two tag teams, wrestle the New Day and the Usos repeatedly. Okay, I don't care. At this point, I don't care. Go over to the fucking E and become some Matt and Nick. That's it.
But here's the thing too. It's like everyone's talking about.
Or you can become Generation Me again and go to Impact.
Oh God, no! Pray to God that never happens. But no. But here's the thing, right? Everyone's taking, you know, the Bucks and Kenny send out feelers and all this other stuff, right? To me, it's like, well, maybe that's contract talk. It's like, why not look at what the other people are offering, because you might get more money from Tony. You know what I'm saying? You might get a better deal. So just because they're sending feelers out doesn't mean they're on their way to WWE. In my opinion, that's not what they're doing. I feel like maybe they're testing the waters, and who knows? Maybe if Tony sends them back down, like you said, maybe he makes his priorities clear that, look, I want to run with Punk. I want to go with Punk. I want to milk this guy for everything I can right now. And unfortunately, if it costs me in my relationship with you guys, it is what it is.
In all
That's
honesty,
different.
in all honesty, wish Kyle was here, cause I'd be doing this man right here, this man right here, this man. He was right. He was fucking right.
Yeah.
Send Phil Brooks the fuck home. Done. I'm done. The man is hurt again. He's gonna be out for fucking close to a year anyways with a torn pec. Okay, send the man home. Cause you know what? What he did, okay, was unprofessional.
100%.
Okay, what he did after finding out that he was hurt, after hearing everything, it leads me to believe that man knew, shit, I just ripped something in me. Fuck, I'm done. I'm gonna have to vacate this belt again. I'm hurt.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna something. He knew in his body that something was wrong, and he took it upon himself with a live mic to drop pipe bombs at an inappropriate time and air out dirty laundry. Okay.
And David, I agree with you
and
too.
try to and undermine TK and catch TK so off guard that the man was literally a deer in the headlights.
Oh yeah, he was lost.
Okay, you can't do that to a man who's been drinking White Claw and sniffing cocaine all night.
Facts.
Okay, you can't. He didn't know how to think. The man thought he was on Earth 2 and 3 and 4 and 5.
He was too busy looking at that damn cupcake.
Okay, the
Which
man
got
was,
great reviews, by the way. Great reviews for the cupcake.
the only thing that was a victor was the cupcake.
Oh man.
That's the only thing that came out that scrum looking good. Was the cupcake. Congratulations, the cupcake is over.
Mindy's Bakery got some of the greatest reviews ever.
If Mindy's Bakery is not a fucking sponsor or an advertisement in the next show in Chicago, then Mindy's Bakery is doing something wrong.
Hey, they got 5 stars on Yelp from what I hear.
Okay.
But, all right, so let's talk about Punk now, since we did talk about Kenny and the Bucks for a bit. Is it worth bringing Punk back at all?
No. He has proven to be he has proven that he does not know how to keep things behind the curtain.
Agreed.
It's like we saw him explode at WWE, and
Yep.
that was from years and years of frustration. This man blew up in a fucking matter of months here.
Yeah, it was just over a year that he's been here.
Like I understood why he blew up in WWE. That was years. We had to watch him in ECWWE.
Yeah.
We had to watch that shit.
He was the reason to watch that.
Okay, we had to watch him scrounge and beg and go through shit. Okay, but man, you walked into AEW and were given the golden spoon, everything. You were given. TK went out there and made sure he got your theme song.
Mm-hmm.
He hired your fucking boy.
Yeah.
Okay, he even ostracized and sent fucking Coca Bad to the Shadow Realm. What? He gave you the title. He gave you the best matches that you've put on.
Mm-hmm.
He had his talent go out there and test you every which way and get you. He gave you everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you went out there and did that. Okay, if you were mad and upset, that could have all been taken care of after.
Yeah.
You didn't have to go out there in the media scrum. But it leads me to believe that, that's why I said it, leads me to believe that he knew he was fucked. He knew he wasn't going to get this live mic again. So he said, let me air this shit out and go out.
Guns blazing.
And unfortunately, he was shooting blanks. Because as of right now, he fucked.
I mean, he wasn't shooting blanks. The shit he did literally took over the pro wrestling
He
world.
went after the EVPs who, like I said, we know Matt and Nick. They're Sean and fuck it. They're Sean and Hunter.
Mm.
They're Sean and Hunter.
Pretty much.
So we know what they were doing. Okay. Unfortunately, Kenny just seems to be somebody who just follows. Like, you know, as people always said, Kenny wasn't always the best leader of the Bullet Club and everything. Well, it's honestly like Kenny's a follower, not a leader.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe Kenny away from the Bucks would be
A good
a
thing.
beneficial thing for Kenny. That's why I said he needs to sit all three of them down individually. He needs to look Kenny in the eyes and ask him, do you want to follow them or what do you
Want to be here?
Or do you want to be here?
Because personally, out of all 3 of the people that are involved when it comes to like the elite side of it, Kenny's the one guy that I'm looking at. It's like, all right, well, Kenny wasn't getting involved in the fight from most of the reports. Like he was just trying to break it up and shit like that. Kenny to me was like an innocent bystander that got fucked over. Because think about it, they waited this entire time for Kenny to heal up to do this trios title. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, I know the elite had something big planned, and unfortunately, I felt like Undisputed Era was one of those things that they were going to do. That was a big storyline for what they were going to do.
Yes.
And
fuck you, Bobby Fish over
Yeah.
here. Oh, the reason why they never did the match is because the Bucks didn't want to put us over. Okay, no, the reason why the match didn't take place is because we didn't have all the fucking pieces put together.
Yeah, so-
and then when we finally got them, you were hurt, O'Reilly got hurt. Fuck. How were we supposed to do the
Cole
match?
got hurt.
We had to wait for Cole to get here,
Yep.
and then build Cole up. We couldn't just do it right off the rip because when he walked in, Kenny wasn't around.
yeah.
So we had to go different routes. So this bullshit of, oh, we never got to do the match. Yeah, of course you never got to do the match. Because we never got to do the story.
Between the 60 out, somebody was always hurt.
Yes, we never got to the story.
Yeah.
The fuck? Oh, that's why they made him. No, the story was the beginning of the story. The Elite reformed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It was all going to lead to Red Dragon versus the Young Bucks, Cole versus Omega.
Yep.
This is where it was all going to lead. Whether it be a trios match, a tag team, individual, mixture, or whatever, this is where it was going to lead. But the cards weren't there. Okay? The wrestling god said, we don't want it. For whatever reason, we don't want it. And that's what happened.
I'll say this when it comes to Punk and his situation, right?
Damn, so what was the point of giving Raquel and Aaliyah the titles?
I don't know. It was horrible. They should have just gave them the belts
Right off the rip.
Right off the rip. So just so you guys know, we are watching Raw too. We've seen that Dakota and Io got the titles.
Oh, no.
What?
We're not. Thunder Rosa, you leave Thunder Rosa's name out your mouth because she hasn't done anything.
Yeah,
Evil Lisa
she's
was
not
right
at all.
about Thunder Rosa?
Not
What?
at all.
What? Because she got hurt?
Yeah.
Okay, Evil Lisa, yeah, she's so great. Where's she working?
Yeah. Yeah. With all due respect, Ivelisse, she is down.
What promotion is
down.
she in?
Like nothing whatsoever for Ivelisse.
Okay,
She's fine. Don't get me wrong, she's fine. But aside from that, there's really nothing to her. But no, to get back to the Punk thing. Personally, as a Punk fan, as you guys know, I'm a diehard Punk guy. I think it's a wrap for Punk and AEW. I mean,
Done.
You got 2 title reigns. You won. You came back.
2 title reigns, 5 days.
You proved that you can be a world champion again. You proved you can hang with the young guys. You did all you could. But this company is directed in a certain way that, yes, I understand Tony wanted you, and the envision of this company was based off things that you've been saying for years. You should be proud about that. But to go in there and to cause an issue with the guys who came in and established this company, okay? The original 4 of All Elite Wrestling. When it's Kenny, the Bucks, and Hangman, all right? You're going in there and you're feuding with them, all right? You're making an ass out of yourself in front of your boss. You straight punked the shit out of your boss. You know what I'm saying? You're not helping the situation right now, Punk. And with all due respect, the company really don't need you, all right? The heel turn that we're all waiting for, because you gave us Happy Punk for 1 year. We understand that the heel Punk was coming.
Oh, Gary, you can have him.
Wait.
You can have him. I'll enjoy Triple H making him run around with the 24/7 title.
Yeah, trust me, that's definitely not happening.
Okay.
You got to remember, out of all the people Punk hated Paul
The most. Those two have a
yeah,
blood
they're
feud.
the ones who got beef. It was never him and Vince. It was always him and Triple H. But to me, Punk gotta go. Adios. Thank you for everything you did. You even had your last match in Chicago. You won. You can retire a happy man. You had 2 more title reigns. You main evented pay-per-views. You put over a bunch of young talent, and let's be honest, he put over a bunch of young talent. He legitimately turned MJF into the devil. Now it's time to let MJF take off and run with it, all right? There's a younger, better version of you now, and it's time for you to do your thing and just move on. Go into commentary, do anything but wrestle. You know what I'm saying? And he can still go. Don't get me wrong. Punk can still wrestle. But when it comes to AEW, the mission that they're on, the development of the young talent that they have, there was no need for CM Punk to be there anymore. And I'm a Punk guy. Y'all know
And I'm sorry, after all this time, I figured CM Punk was walking back in there ready to fucking help elevate.
Everybody.
Help take this to the top. Like if you had these problems, like you over here talking about Hangman Page going into business for himself. I'm sorry, you're the king of going into business for yourself.
Facts.
And you're mad because the young guy did it? Oh, you're mad because the young guy said, I don't need advice from you old heads. Let me learn on my own.
Which I totally disagree with, by the way.
Okay.
Totally disagree with that, Hangman.
Okay, I agree with Hangman. If Hangman needs advice, he'll go ask for it.
Yeah, but at the same
But
time,
that's the problem. The old heads think, because we're the old heads, you're supposed to automatically come to me for advice. Automatically look to me for advice.
Yeah.
Okay? Young guys don't see it that way. We were young guys at one point too.
Oh yeah.
We didn't want to take advice from the old heads and stuff like that. We had to learn the hard way. Okay? Now as we sit as old men, we see the young guys don't want to take the advice. Go learn the hard way, kid.
Go learn the hard way then.
And I would say the same thing to him. Like, you don't want to take advice? Okay.
But I'm sorry. As somebody who trained, as somebody who learned the business from that perspective, with all due respect, that is probably the dumbest thing I've ever heard a professional wrestler say. You mean to tell me you got Mark Henry back there? You got who's main evented and been at WrestleManias and made millions of dollars. You got Paul White back there, who's main evented and made millions of dollars. You got Chris Jericho back there, who's main evented and made millions of dollars. You got John Moxley back there, main evented and made millions of dollars. Bryan Danielson back there, main evented, made millions of dollars. Jake the Snake Roberts, who's a fucking Hall of Famer. Dean Malenko, one of the greatest cruiserweights of all time. Jerry fucking Lynn, one of the greatest in-ring performers of his generation. Tony Schiavone, sitting there, been around for what, almost 40 years now? Jim Ross, who's been around for almost 40 years now. You don't think it's good to even ask them for a little bit of advice? Just a tiny bit? Like something? Anything? Like you don't need them to help you with your ring gear. But you know what I'm saying? Like, is there some type of psychology you can teach me? Like, I'm over already, but how do I get more over? You never want to stop getting more over.
I mean, from everything he's shown me, he's progressed on his own so far. So I can see why he's got that mindset, because where were these legends and old heads when he was struggling down in Ring of Honor?
They were doing it. Half of them were still working.
Where was these legends and old heads when he was on the come up?
Half of them were still working.
He was. This is it. There was old heads that weren't working.
Yeah.
This notion that you got to go to the old heads and look for advice is antiquated. Okay.
Yes,
you can get advice if you want, but it doesn't mean that you're obligated.
No, you're not obligated.
Okay. Punk is making it sound like you're new. You are obligated to sit at the feet of us old guys and learn. That doesn't necessarily have to be the thing.
But here's the thing.
Okay,
you're not
if he does something, he said it himself. If there's something I need help with, I'll go ask.
Yeah.
If I do something wrong and somebody gives me criticism, I'll listen.
Yeah.
He didn't say that he won't take criticism and advice.
Basically, it's that he doesn't want it forced upon him.
Yes, he doesn't want it forced upon him. He doesn't want to go out there and beg people to give him advice. He wants to learn by trial and error. Okay?
Yeah.
If he makes a mistake, he learns from his mistake. Maybe somebody chimes in and says, "Hey, kid, just do this way." Take that criticism and apply it. Okay? Not necessarily, he doesn't have to, I fucked up in that match. Go backstage and find the first guy that has fucking 20 plus years. "Sir, please, I fucked up. Tell me what I can do better." It sounds like what Punk wanted him to do.
That's what Punk wants him to do, because you know what it is? It's like you're trained to do that as a wrestler. You're supposed to be open. Like the whole traditional thing about, getting the main event guys' bags or helping them out or whatever. That I understand, because as somebody who trained, it's like, no one's really buying a ticket to see me in the lower card. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's coming to see the big dog. You know what I'm saying? So for that reason, I got no problem helping you out, as long as you're not a dickhead to me. If you're a dickhead to me, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
And I'm sorry, Paige has been around long enough where he doesn't have to do that.
Well, here's the thing.
If you're telling me that a Wardlow should be asking for advice,
that I totally
a Jade
get.
Gargill should be asking for advice, a Hobbs who was green should be asking for advice.
Well, here's the
green.
thing. Here's the thing. It's not just advice of what you can do in the ring. It's also the fact that now you're on television. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the big difference. Like, with all due respect to Ring of Honor TV, it was done a certain way, and all of us who are old school Ring of Honor fans know when they transitioned to TV, it was always very awkward. But like the TV aspect of it, you can learn there. It's like that's when you go to like a Mark Henry or a Paul White or a Jericho or a Moxley.
And those are all guys who probably were back there explaining to everybody at the beginning, this is how it works and everything. But the notion of, at this point, 3 years in, and Paige is going on 10 plus years of
being a wrestler. Yeah.
Being a wrestler.
Yeah. Mind you, his renaissance in all actuality only started like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah,
like 2 years before the elite or all elite thing happened.
Exactly.
It was really him still in Ring of Honor as like a lower tier guy. Like he was never really an upper tier guy in Ring of Honor.
But
until
even
later on,
before getting on TV and being prominently featured, he had travel time. He had matches. He had experience. He is a veteran.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's what probably set him off that, man, I'm a vet.
But at the same time,
I understand that you have been doing this a lot longer, but you've been gone for nearly a decade.
Yeah, but at the same time, you don't forget little things like that. Like I can tell you right now, with all due respect, Mark Henry could probably still go out there and work a match. You know what I'm saying? Or like even Dean Malenko, God forbid, like God bless him with his Parkinson's or whatever. He could probably still go out there and not work half of the dudes that were there if it wasn't for the disease. You know what I'm saying? Like he probably could still go. Jerry Lynn, same thing. If it wasn't for the disease, he'd probably still be out there going and shit. But we do got other things to talk about. We did get into this little suspension situation, and you did start off the show with a nice little soliloquy, and somebody else gave us a nice little soliloquy during the show on Wednesday, and I'm going to put it on the screen. MJF coming back, cutting a face and heel promo at the same damn time, and then Jon Moxley coming out and giving the AEW rally cry. First, MJF. Thoughts on MJF coming out?
I mean, he played the fuck out of me.
He played the fuck out of everybody.
He played the fuck out of me. I'm like, did this man just become the biggest fucking face in AEW? I'm like, did this man just really walk out there and become the biggest face today? I was like, this motherfucker really just went out there and just flipped the script. He literally, I was like, he's a face. He flipped the script. What's going on?
I'm gonna have to.
We'll go back.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. As a matter of fact, Jackson, since you're here, I'm giving you mod, and D, I'm giving you mod. And Gary, with all due respect, if you keep doing this shit, dude, I'm gonna have to ban you from the show. I'm sorry. Like, don't get us wrong. We enjoy the troll from time to time, but we're trying to represent something different on YouTube compared to what we were doing on things. So, chillax for a little bit, all right? But continue.
What are we talking
about? MJF.
No. So yeah, and like I said, that was a wonderful promo, and then Moxley coming out, dude, you're full of shit. He was like, all right, yeah, I'm full of shit. I was like, fuck, man. I was like, okay, he's a heel again. I was like, it was nice for 5 minutes, but holy shit, like he was getting worshipped.
Yeah.
He had to be he had that whole fucking state to be.
He's paying me a whole lot of money. That shit had me.
Okay, and then the whole thing where it's a bargaining chip. I might just with MJF, like I said, this is where TK needs to become a man and a boss, and if he's letting him just go out there and troll because he knows MJF isn't going anywhere, then kudos to the work that you two gentlemen are doing. If he is owning TK and TK is letting him go out there under the guise that he is not going anywhere and just to get fucked over, it's not going to be a good look on you on TK. So you might want to get shit straightened out with him. But the promo was wonderful. MJF, the writing's on the wall. You got to put the title on him.
Yeah.
Because if he does leave, you got to at least have him in your record books.
Honest to God, I legitimately feel, and this is what I said earlier about CM Punk, he's going to do the real Summer of Punk, where I feel like he's going to get that title, he's going to hold it for about a good year, and he's literally
going to do the winter is coming.
Yeah, he's going to be the winter is coming guy, and he is going to run roughshod with that title, and he is going to tease every chance he gets that he's going to WWE. Like, legit, going to tease it at every... I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls the Punk and brings out a WWE contract and tries to sign it on the world title. Like, that's the type of shit I can see MJF pulling off right now.
And it's a known fact. The fucking Triple H is going to be trying to write him a blank check. Okay? The only one that's going to have an objection is Nick Khan, because Nick Khan seems to be a little Jewish at heart and does not like to be spitting out too much money.
Good old Saint Nick.
Okay, but he's gonna get 2 blank checks, and it's just gonna be a matter of which one he signs. Because, like TK told you, he has the fucking money.
Yeah.
The issue ain't the fucking money. He
Not
can pay him if he wants to pay him. Okay? The issue is that the man needs to sit down and start finding out who is going to be his ride or dies and who are just here for the paychecks. Yep. CM Punk proved that he was just there for the paychecks. The elite are showing that they're in it for themselves and the paychecks and stuff. But Moxley walked into that fucking ring. Moxley was supposed to be on vacation. This man got called up from vacation, got told, I need a soldier. And Moxley marched right on in there and said, no, you got a fucking general.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and told everybody, okay, that he's going to take that ball.
Yep.
Okay, that he is not fucking playing. He loves this business. Okay, for all the people who are, oh, Moxley's he was the worst of the Shield. He's the third wheel. You know, CM Punk roasted him, called him the third best in his group. No, the man is showing you he is, like he said, he is the blood of the heart and soul. He is the heart and soul of AEW.
Yeah.
Okay, so if making him the champion again, I'm not mad at it. You know, and it's probably going to be Danielson because we know it's going on it's got to go on a big face name. So it's a toss up between Moxley and Danielson.
We'll talk about the tournament in a little bit
because it's all these MJF, who's going to be the bigger story.
Yep.
And
it's one of the two.
Judging by the promo, might be Moxley because Moxley is like, you get out of this ring, I'm gonna fuck you up.
I'll tell you right now, the tease that they had on Wednesday was phenomenal. First and foremost, MJF,
he's gonna fuck you up. You don't get out this ring.
I'll be honest with you. In a 3-year span that I've seen this guy on AEW television, I've never seen someone take to the microphone as good as that man does. Every fucking time he's on that mic. Like he says, he hits grand slams whenever he gets on that microphone. Doesn't matter if he's playing a face, as we've seen, or he can flip it on you just like that and turn it into a heel. Like, he's phenomenal at that shit. Let's all be honest here. The Mox promo was exactly what AEW and its fans needed to hear. Not just the wrestlers, the fans needed to hear that shit. Because people who watch AEW, let's admit it, we're all pretty much diehard fans. You know what I'm saying? We'll watch everything. We don't give a fuck what promotion it is. It is what it is. Yes, there are that little section of fucking trolls out there who got nothing better to do and sit there and dick ride AEW. But the fans that watch AEW, that actually just enjoy the product to just enjoy the product, they needed to hear that. Because with all the bullshit going on, with the way social media is, with everybody getting a voice or whatever, we needed to hear from a performer, listen, motherfuckers, we ain't going nowhere. I'm going to put this shit on my fucking back, and I'm going to ride this bitch until the wheels fall off. If you don't want to take the shot, give me the ball, I'll take the shot. I'll carry this shit. Because think about what Mox did, right? The guy went from having banger after banger after banger this year to holding the interim title while the champion was away, won the title when the champ comes back, just to give it right back to him 2 weeks later. Then the belt gets fucking stripped off him when it should have been him all along holding that fucking title. We all said it. If it wasn't, and here's another thing with AEW, right? If it wasn't for the fact that that show was in Chicago, Moxley would have held that belt. Let's be honest. If All Out happened anywhere in the world aside from Chicago, Moxley would have won that belt.
And that's where the learning tree is growing for TK. Okay, because he did that all out of a favor to the two of his top guys. He let Moxley win in Cleveland and everything as a reward and a thank you, and then knowing full well that he was going to do the same for Punk in Chicago.
Yep.
Okay, this is where people are like, "Oh, it's bad booking." He had a couple of weeks of a fuck up. Y'all are making it sound like he's been doing 3 years of horrible fucking booking.
At all.
He
Not at
fucked up because he let his fandom and his loyalty run wild, and he wanted to reward both people. You gotta understand, this is something that is not learned overnight. The reason why TNA failed is because Jeff Jarrett couldn't learn that.
Yep.
Okay, he couldn't learn to stop showing favoritism for himself and his friends, and go and elevate others.
Oh,
okay.
The biggest example of all time with TNA is Monty Brown. Even he regrets it. He's like, we should have fucking put the belt on him.
Okay, that was a situation where Jeff Jarrett learned, but he learned too late.
Yep.
Okay, Vince McMahon, for all his stuff that he did, you people forget the man was Hogan's bitch.
Yep.
Okay, he was Hulk Hogan's bitch at one point. Okay, at one point he was Bret's bitch, and Bret did this. Bret humiliated him and public in front of the public and everything too, like CM Punk did to TK.
Shit, look at Shawn Michaels.
Okay, he spit in the man's face. He blackened his eye.
Look at Shawn Michaels. Look at all the bullshit he had to do with Shawn Hunter and them.
Exactly. Shawn and the Clique, they had Vince in his pocket. At one point, Austin and The Rock had Vince over a barrel.
Yeah.
Okay, to the point where Austin said, I'm not putting over your next guy. I'm going the fuck home. And Vince was calling and begging.
Recently,
Okay.
Brock Lesnar.
And Brock Lesnar. So even to this day, Vince got hard, but even still, there were certain people that had him in his pocket. Certain people that he treasured.
Yep.
And TK made that mistake too. He made it early. Okay, he had certain wrestlers that he treasured. Punk was one of those wrestlers he treasured.
Yep.
And stuff. He loved his EVPs because they came to him and helped him do something that he's been wanting to do. Mm-hmm. Okay? So of course he loved it. He fell in love with Moxley because Moxley showed him. Moxley came over and wanted to be the top guy and everything. Mm-hmm. Moxley carried the fucking company through the pandemic.
Yep.
Carried them through that interim bullshit.
Hell, he's the one who legitimately gave AEW the jump start they needed.
You know, Jericho. Somebody who, he's just using it for his money, and then Jericho gonna be up out of there. Oh, no. Jericho's sitting back showing you, now motherfuckers, I'm here for the long haul.
Yep.
I want to be here. I'm not just here for the fucking paycheck. And I'm not sitting here waiting for WWE to call me back and say, you want our paycheck instead? No, he's showing, he got money. Jericho's set.
Jericho's living his best life right now.
Jericho is set. Y'all called him fat. He went out there and fucking got slim and trim again. Yep. Y'all say he can't go no more. He out there fucking throwing on 5 stars with fucking Danielson. Mm-hmm. The fuck? Like, what? The man's 50 years old doing lion salts.
Yep.
And you got Bobby Fish, 46. I hurt again.
Yeah, you can barely stay fucking not injured.
Jericho out there with a broken fucking nose.
Yep. Broken nose, fucked up head. Nah, I don't give a damn. I'll go 30 minutes with Bryan.
Still trying to go out there and wrestle. So this notion of this and that, y'all just hate. Like,
for real.
What I saw was people who say they like watching wrestling and they are fans. Mm. What I saw was utter disgusting hate.
And I don't get it.
And I've never wishing that companies fold.
Yeah.
Like it's damn.
Like to me, it's stupidity.
Impact never even got that kind of hate.
It's stupidity.
TNA never even got that kind of hate. Ring of Honor never got that kind of hate.
No.
Why? Because they got a national TV?
Yeah. Who gives a shit?
Because they literally said, we're coming for the top spot. I'm sorry. TNA did the same thing. Said the same thing. ECW said the same thing. If you're not going for the top spot, then what the fuck are you doing?
Hell, fucking Impact went head to head with Raw. You know what I'm saying? Like they actually had the balls to do it.
But it's like if you're not trying to go for the top spot, then why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Like at any job, okay? If you're not trying to be the top, then why the fuck are you working there? Why the fuck are you doing it?
100% agree.
Okay, all TK is trying to do is to give you a alternate product, okay? But he's not trying to be the bottom of the barrel alternate product.
No, he's got a budget that everybody wishes, all the other companies wish they had his budget. That, let's be honest, right? Impact wishes they had the budget that fucking AEW had. Ring of Honor wished they had the budget that AEW had. Fucking hell, look at Beyond Wrestling. Fucking GCW. They're all thriving in their lanes that they're in, but they all want to be bigger. Let's be honest. Yeah. GCW would die to have a fucking TV deal. They're barely scraping it off fucking Fight TV and stuff like that. All these companies want the budget that WWE and AEW has. But like you said, the fact that people want these companies to fail, I don't get it. It's like, if you don't like it, don't fucking watch. It's that simple. Don't be in the threads. Don't comment on it. You spend more time hating on the shit than you do watching the shit. And I know what people are going to say about us. Oh, you guys hated on WWE. It's not that we hated on WWE. It's because we know WWE could be fucking better than what it was. And as you guys can clearly see, over the past month, we were right. The shit we've been preaching on here for 4 years. We were right.
I'm vilified. I'm fucking vilified. Because I spent years, and Gabe, you can attest to this. Anybody in the past who was part of
WFW,
Warzone place that some other fucking group that was just trolls will attest to. I have been saying for fucking years. The root of WWE's problem is Vincent Kennedy McMahon. He has lost his touch and his mind. I was not saying it because I hated the man. I love the man. Okay? I once worshipped at the feet of Vince McMahon too. I love WWE. I love AEW. I loved WCW. I loved ECW. Okay? I like wrestling.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. You can give me a Japanese fucking match that I can't understand and I'll still watch it because I like wrestling.
Yeah.
I won't understand shit the commentary's saying, but I'll still watch it.
Yep.
Okay? It's not because, I'm Dick Ryan, I'm Dick Ryan. Okay? My reason why I was so high at AEW is because they were giving me wrestling matches that took time. Okay? They were giving me stuff that WWE hadn't been giving me because Vince moved away from it and felt, I don't have to give you all. I can give you 30-second matches, 45-second matches. I can give you 2-minute fucking matches with titles on the line.
Yeah.
You know, I can give you makeshift tag teams winning championships when I have real tag teams doing nothing besides sitting and catering.
Logical booking.
Helping Titus O'Neil make fucking pastries and shit.
I'm gonna push people that nobody wants to see.
Okay? You're giving me Omos. Who the fuck?
Where's he been?
You're giving me, you're giving me 24/7 titles. Like, nobody asked for that shit.
How long did we wait for Veer to come?
And he's gone.
Yeah.
He came, blew his load, and it's some reason he can't get it up again.
I'm out. Can't go for round 2.
Somebody give some fucking extends or some fucking goddamn testosterone medicine or something. He can't get it up anymore.
The Ric Flair medicine.
Yeah, he needs some ED help or something. Like shit. But it's like, how many times have we sat there and we said, why do they do this with this person? Like, Vince, come on, you know better. And he did, but he was out of his mind.
And y'all in the chat, y'all tell us if we're lying, because you've been following us. A lot of you guys have been following us for a while. If we're lying, please tell us.
All I wanted was the man to step down. I knew the man was losing his touch. The man was losing his mind and everything. And he stepped down, and in a month and a half, Triple H, it ain't perfect. It's far from perfect, but it's a lot fucking better. The shows are more stomachable. Okay, I can actually tune into a show and not hate myself.
Yeah.
Not hate myself for watching it.
We're literally,
and not ask myself afterwards, did I just really spend 3 fucking hours on nothing?
Mind you, we're watching Raw right now. You don't hear us complaining about what's going on Raw at all.
And it started out with fucking with Balor and fucking Riddle.
Yeah.
When the fuck is the last time that happened?
You get what I'm saying?
You know, it's far from perfect, but it's getting better. It's getting stomachable. People are getting their names back.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sitting there screaming,
Austin Theory.
why are we taking names away? What are we doing? Don't tell me, it's because it sounds better or it's more marketable. Theory is more marketable? No, Austin Theory is more Ciampa. Oh, yeah, because I want to see Ciampa on a marquee. No, Tommaso Ciampa. Sounds better.
Riddle? No, it's Matt
Riddle? Oh, am I going to see the Riddler? Oh, is Batman coming in? Riddle. Oh, Riddle me this. Like, I was just waiting. We were literally waiting. Oh, they changed his name to Riddle.
Damon?
They made his name Riddle. He's going to come out here. Riddle me this, Batman. Riddle me that. And if Vince was still in charge, we might be at that point right now where he'd be like, riddle me this. Seth Rollins, playing the fucking Riddler because his name is Riddle. So, all I was asking for was for a company that gave us banger product to just do it again.
Yeah. Just keep doing it. Do it every week.
It wasn't broken. I understand. Oh, we're PG now. Okay? Not asking for a bloodbath every day. I got Moxley for that.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'll wait for Cody to return. I'll get a bloodbath from Cody every fucking day. Okay? I wasn't asking for a bloodbath. Okay? I'm one person who wasn't asking for bra and panty matches again.
I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to it, let's be honest.
You were giving me 15-second women's matches. At that point, I'd rather have bra and panty matches.
When we have women that have been in our chat who agreed with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gets that bad. But let's be honest. When it comes to AEW and for the people who wish for its downfall with all the suspensions and shit, let's be honest. They have a second-tier group of guys that we know if they give them the ball, they're going to run with it. Guys like Darby Allin, Guys like MJF. Guys like Sammy Guevara. Guys like fucking Ricky Starks. Will Hobbs. You got fucking, you got Buddy Murphy down there. You got Brody King now. Now that Malachi's gone, you got 2 guys in there that are fucking studs in that ring. And you can go in and show out whenever you want.
You can do whatever you want to make them singles?
Make them singles.
You want to keep them as a tag team?
Oh, I want to see Buddy versus Pac for the All-Atlantic title, please. Please give me that. Please give me that. Give me Miro versus Brody King any day of the week.
I'm saying all this. Oh, well, they got too many titles down there. Why? Because he's featuring the Ring of Honor belts too? I'm sorry.
It's a placeholder. These are literally placeholder matches.
The man brought see, the problem is the man brought our Ring of Honor, and I'm sure he has something lined up with Time Warner. Mm-hmm. And then Discovery walked on in and said, "Oh, we're gonna buy Time Warner now. We're gonna merge," and that put a kibosh on everything.
Oh yeah.
So all these people that he had lined up for Ring of Honor, now he just has them. So it's like, what's he supposed to do? So he's going to feature them. And I'm sorry, I got a banger pure title match. Okay, very highly underappreciated by the IWC. Shame on all of you.
Phenomenal.
Shame on all of you, but it was a banger. Okay, people shitting on, oh, why is Claudio facing Dustin? I'm sorry, Dustin didn't go out there and fucking hang with Claudio?
Another guy, 50 plus. Can still go. Phenomenal.
Okay. Oh, where's Joe been? Ding, ding, ding. Joe was doing Hollywood, people. He's back.
Yeah.
Okay. There was a reason why Joe was gone. He was doing some twisted metal. Okay. So for all the people,
I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that.
Oh, TK's wasting Samoa Joe. He's just sitting at home. Do some research. You would have found out he's not sitting at home.
You want me to tell you my one complaint when it comes to the ROH stuff? I want ROH qualifier matches. I want featured talent from Ring of Honor that we're not seeing currently, aside from the people that are already on the main roster. Like, I want to see a Dalton Castle out there. I want to see a Rhett Titus out there. I want to see with Tully's dudes and Prince Nana. And by the way, where is my shrimp cocktail? I'm waiting for that. Prince Nana, I need him on my TV tomorrow.
And that's the predicament TK finds himself in.
And that's my problem.
He doesn't have enough time.
Yeah.
Because he damned if he does, damned if he doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay, if he gives you too much Ring of Honor, people complaining he's not doing anything with AEW.
Hell, do it on Dark, do it on Elevation.
If he gives you all AEW, people complaining what's he doing with Ring of Honor. Like, he just can't fucking win. He tries to give you a fucking... He tries to feature Wardlow, TNT champion, on Rampage, which is on TNT.
Yep.
And people are complaining because he's not on Dynamite. Well, Dynamite's on TBS. He's a TNT champion.
And when he shows up on TBS on Wednesdays, people get pissed. Oh, why is he on Wednesday?
He's the TNT champion.
Why is he TNT champion? Yeah,
like,
exactly.
There's just no fucking winning.
Yeah.
He gives you... He tells 2 of his guys to go out there and give you a fucking goddamn banger, and y'all are complaining because you didn't like the outcome. What do you want? Like, my complaints with WWE was not the fact that it was what I was getting was subpar, was mediocre, was below them.
Yep.
Okay. What TK is giving you, he's trying to go above and beyond. He's trying to please. And this is where he needs TK needs a Triple H.
You know what TK really needs?
On screen.
All right. Tony Khan, have a seat. Because it's time for your intervention. Tony. And I'm not talking about the group. We need to have a serious talk here, Tony. You guys in the chat, if you have comments that you want to send to Tony Khan's way, please throw them in there because we will relay the messages. But Tony Khan, it's time for an intervention, my friend.
Thank you, Mr. Impact. New Japan has 9 titles.
Yeah. And nobody's complaining.
Bats an eye.
Nobody's complaining about that.
Okay? Nobody bats an eye. WWE got
a whole lot of titles.
They got double-digit titles. Nobody bats an eye. But TK got too many belts.
But here we go. Let's get back to TK real quick. Tony, it's time to be serious for a minute, man. You need to step the fuck up and be a legit boss now. And I know that's not pun intended. But, Tony, you need to stop. You need to stop being friends with the wrestlers, okay? We understand you're a money mark. And we don't say that in a disrespectful manner. Because you are a man with great wealth and you are a mark for wrestling, just like we are all marks for pro wrestling. Stop being friends with these people, all right? Stop sharing the yayo. Keep it to yourself. All right.
So if they want their own blow, tell them to call their own content.
Yeah, call their own connects. All right. Stop having hotel parties with wrestlers where they literally are locking down the floors. Because I heard that rumor, and for some reason, based on Tony's track record, I fully believe it.
I mean, if you want to show up people's weddings and stuff because they invite you, then
Totally understandable.
Understandable. It's a social event. You know, you're supporting your employees. That's a good boss. You know, I've been in jobs where the bosses don't give a fuck about their employees.
Yep.
But to a certain level, there's giving a fuck about your employees, and then you're at their christenings, their baptismals, the child's birth.
They're naming their first son after you.
You're becoming godfather. You're getting too personal.
Yes.
Okay. Now I understand you will get personal with a select few and everything like that, but you have to choose.
Yes.
Because Vince had to learn that hard way too. He had to choose certain people. He got personal with Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan bent him over and fucked him.
Exactly.
He got personal with Mark Calloway. Mark Calloway carried him.
Yep.
Okay. When Vince tripped and fell and broke his quads, Mark Calloway was there to carry him and fucking with all the love songs going.
Yeah.
Okay?
You don't need to be buddy with everybody.
So it's a trial and error thing, and TK's going to learn that over time because Vince had to learn that over time as well.
Yeah. And Tony, here's another thing you got to do, right? Stop giving too much leeway to everybody on the roster. Not everybody needs to say the word shit. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to say the word shit, make it mean something. Have it be believable. Use it at the right time. Another thing. Stop doing these post-show media scrums, all right? I'm sorry. As great as the last one was...
Those are great.
But no, I'm talking about him doing the media scrum. You don't need to sit right here waiting to...
If you want to come
whoever
out,
comes up.
If you want to come out,
At the end?
say some comments at the beginning or the end, fine.
Cool.
Then afterwards, be like, okay, I'm going to turn it over to the guys. I will see you all later. You all have a good day.
Yep.
You step away. You let the wrestlers come on in, whatever order it is, and let them have their own time.
Yeah, you don't need to be involved in everybody's presser. You know what I'm saying? If you want Punk to talk his shit, let Punk go out there and talk his shit. So you're not sitting there looking like a jackass like, what's next, Punk?
Like, because truthfully, if you weren't sitting there and you were in the back and he started doing that shit, you could have absolved yourself from over and be like, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I was taking care of other shit back there. What the fuck?
Yeah, you didn't have to be there.
Like, people are like, oh, why didn't he cut his mic? Because he was sitting right next to the fucking guy. He didn't want to end up like Bret Hart and Vince and get punched in the fucking eye.
True.
Because at that point, if he would have cut his mic, I think CM Punk might have lunged at him.
Yeah, the way he was going that night, he would have.
He was going off, and TK didn't want to set that. He didn't want to have him set his sights upon him.
I mean, if you really listen to the statements he was making, he was sending shots at Tony too.
Tony was trying to get in there, like, and Punk was like, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
And it's like, let's be real. TK's a nerd.
Yeah.
He's not a fighter. Okay? He pays people to fight for him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And at that moment in time, he chose to keep his mouth shut.
I mean, here's another comment that nobody's really talking about, right? When Swerve and Keith Lee were up there, when the guy straight up asked him, "Hey, you guys should have did an audible during the match." Tony, you got to defend that now while sitting between the two guys that they should have called an audible on. Like, what are we doing here? If you weren't up there, maybe that question wouldn't have been asked. Or, you know what I'm saying? The leeway that you're giving these dudes, it's a little bit too much. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to do these pressers, fall to the background. Like Eddie said, either go out at the beginning and the end, or go out at the end and answer whatever business questions there were. Like, you need to get away from that because it's not a good look. It's really not a good look for you out there, okay?
And in all honesty, if you want to start keep these pressers, have real journalists in there. Get these goddamn fucking clickbaiting dirt sheet fucking writers the fuck up out of there. Mm-hmm. Okay? There are a select few that take their shit seriously, like a Sap. He tries to be serious about it. He doesn't try to put out false information out there and everything.
Can I give him one?
Okay. Sap, Wrestling Inc., they got a few guys in there who try to keep it professional journalism and reports.
JD's done one before. What culture's been there?
Exactly.
But like, with all due respect,
but your Meltzers and Alvarez who go out there and just say,
even Meltzer and Alvarez, I don't care about. But here's the thing, right? I don't need to see a 16-year-old Izzy interviewing people.
Yeah.
Or some other little kid out there.
Who is this chick Denise? Because all I heard, she
works with Sean Ross.
Okay, but I heard she's like the opposite of Sean Ross. She's like a clickbaiter and shit, and kind of a troll herself. So it's like you gotta start vetting these people, and it's like you gotta tell these people, these journalists, keep it about wrestling. Don't come into my presser and want to get behind the scenes comments and dirt, and being here trying to get shit so you can put online to get your clicks and your fucking followers to pay you for it.
How about this, right? At your presser, why don't you get people like ESPN or CBS Sports or NBC Sports in there? Get some of those people to ask questions. People who have been outside of the wrestling business that we've been trying to merge into. Okay, we understand WWE and ESPN are working together, but their contract is no longer valid. So why don't you get those people in there? Why don't you get the credible people in there that would actually promote your company instead of having the cesspool of the dirt sheet writers in there because you're all buddy-buddy with them? How about you chill with that,
like,
too?
I wouldn't have an Izzy on there because we know that girl, when that girl turns of age, she's going to WWE.
Oh, yeah, easily. Not even that.
If she doesn't have a pre-contract already signed, she is WWE bound. So of course she's going to be in there trying to get dirt and ask the stupidest questions on God's green earth.
Yeah, with all due respect, and this is no disrespect towards Izzy. You know what I'm saying? Because the girl had her shit. Though. Yeah, your father's a douche from what I hear. But you know what I'm saying? Like with all due respect, you've been really exposed to this business. You went from being a fan to being super involved in this business. If that's the case, then any of us should be able to do that.
Yeah.
Just because, with all due respect, she had cancer? Because she had cancer, it gives her a right to be a journalist now? Like, don't get me wrong, she's doing the right thing. She's actually reporting shit really well, and she's got a decent following. But with all due respect, I'm not getting my news from a 16-year-old girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not happening. I'm not doing that.
No. So it's like I was saying earlier, at this point, it's become evident that TK is stretching himself too thin.
Way too thin.
Way too thin. He needs himself a second in command. He needs somebody, not an EVP, not an active wrestler. He needs somebody like a William Regal, like a Mark Henry. Somebody who is born and bred in this business, but commands the respect of a locker room, who can go back there and handle these locker room issues. Because TK can't handle these locker room issues.
Yeah.
Okay, he's a nerd. He's a fucking nerd. He weighs 150 pounds soaking wet.
Facts.
Okay, the man's a nerd. He can't handle this testosterone and the egos of these jacked up men back there.
Yep.
Okay, because even Darby's bigger than him, and Darby's the smallest. Him and Jungle Boy are the smallest guys in the roster, and they're bigger than TK.
Yeah.
Okay, so he needs somebody who can command the respect. People are arguing. That man walks in, they shut the fuck up, and they talk respectfully and air out their grievances respectfully. Not, I'm calling my lawyer. I'm calling my lawyer. No, shut the fuck up. Talk to me like a man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he needs somebody to man the wheel backstage, so he can man the wheel business-wise.
100%.
Okay, and this is something that everybody has to learn over time. Vince had to learn this over time. He had to eventually start. Okay, I can't focus 100% on the business and be expected to focus 100%, because we all saw how he started running himself ragged. Wanted to run the business and the creative, and everything was going downhill.
Yep.
Okay, TK's gonna get himself to that point where it's gonna start suffering on one end, business-wise. He's not gonna have too much attention there. He's gonna miss out on some ad deals or possibly TV deals because he's so tied up in the creative.
Yep.
Okay, you need somebody to man the wheel so that way you can take a load off, take care of the business end. If you still want to be involved in the creative, okay, do that part-time. Throw in your ideas and stuff like that. But have others involved.
Hell, come up with a creative team, like a legit creative team. Be like, hey, Regal, you're going to work on the world title picture. Taz, you're working on the developmentals on Dark and Elevation. You tell me who's ready to be moved up, and then I'll move them up.
And this is why, and that's a great idea.
Have somebody work in the tag division.
Make sure
have someone work in the women's division.
They're not active wrestlers, because remember, Kenny was that women's division leader.
Yep. He didn't even have time to focus on it.
Because he was an active performer.
Yep. And
he was the big star. Okay. The Bucks were in charge of the tag division when they first started.
And mind you, they weren't putting themselves over, but at the same time,
it wasn't flourishing, because at the end of the day, the Bucks still made it about themselves.
Yep.
So this is why active performers should not be part of management.
That should be the next thing we got to talk about. Yep.
Should not be fucking in charge. If they want, that's why I said sit them down. You guys want to be still involved in creative and stuff, then you guys can't be wrestlers no more. Retire from any ring competition.
Yep, one of the
You
other.
want to stay EVPs, you can't be active wrestlers. Don't want to be EVPs no more, you want to be active wrestlers? Okay. But you're employees now.
Yep.
You don't have stroke. If I'm telling you to go out there and you're going to fucking take an L to FTR, you're going to take that L to FTR.
And stop ducking them.
Okay?
Stop ducking them.
If you're going to go out there and put over the fucking top flight, then you're going to go over there and put over top flight.
Yep.
Don't give me that, we'll have a banger with them, but we're still going to get the W. No. You're going to take the
It's time to take the L because it's eventually these teams need to move the fuck up.
Okay.
Have someone work on the mid-card division. Hell, give somebody the All Atlantic title. You got a bunch of Europeans there. That would be a great thing for them to jump off on. Excuse me.
And it's like, people are upset over the All Atlantic title. Oh, it's not being featured on TV.
It's not supposed to.
It's being featured around the world. They've aired some of the matches on Dark and stuff that he's had.
Great call, Dominique. Put Christian in charge of the tag division. Phenomenal idea. He's out for another year too.
Yeah. Taz,
Yep.
Regal, Henry, Big Show.
You literally have all of the talent. Mind you still got Jerry Lynn there. You still got fucking, hell, if you were to make a cruiserweight division, or hell, all the way in the title, give that to Dean Malenko. Let him run that. You know what I'm saying? Because he'll get all the high flyers, all the European dudes, all that style. Bring it on over. Because he'll tell you right now, this guy's great, this guy's great, this guy's great. Yeah. Put on bangers.
You know, apparently you brought in Madison Rayne to be a coach for the women's division. Why the fuck she on my TV wrestling?
Yeah. With all due respect, as much as I like Madison Rayne, she doesn't need to be wrestling.
Why is she on my TV wrestling? If you brought her in to be a coach, then keep her ass backstage.
Yeah.
For one, I don't understand why she brought in, period, but that's neither here nor there. But
backstage, I can understand.
Keep her backstage. She don't need to be in my ring wrestling. If you brought her in to do a job as a coach, be a coach. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's just, he has to get his people in line.
Yes.
He has to get himself a second in command. Like, I understand he wants to control it all and everything. You still control everything. You're still the top. The checks still say fucking Tony Khan on them.
You're still in charge.
You're still in charge. They still have to answer to you.
But allow people to present things to you. And this is always a problem that Vince had. And with all due respect, when it came to Vince was around for over 50, 60, 70 plus years in this business. You know what I'm saying? Like, the dude, aside from the period where he wasn't with his father, practically lived it the majority of his life. You know what I'm saying? You're 3 years in. You're a fan. Yes. You've booked shit in your head. Trust me, I can book shit in my head all day long. And you guys know I'm pretty good at it. But when it comes to actually managing this thing, you need this person. Like, if I was running a company, Eddie, you're in charge of this. Kyle, you're in charge of this. Dina, you're in charge of this. Whoever else, you're in charge of this, you're in charge of this. Report to me. Let me know ahead of time so that way we can book this shit out. We'll work on the story. Whatever you come up with, if I want to tweak it, I'll tweak it. But we'll keep it towards your original idea. As long as it comes across good on my show, I don't give a fuck what y'all do.
Yeah.
Because it's possible to do that. It really is.
And at one point, Vince did that. Vince took advice from others.
Pat Patterson, Gerald Briscoe.
You know, it got to the point where he lost it, and it was just
it was all about him. Yeah.
And he surrounded himself. And this is where, don't do this, TK. Don't surround yourself with yes men. You need people to challenge you.
Yes.
Do not get yourself a Bruce Pritchard or something like that. Where, yes, boss. Anything you say, yes, I'll do. Yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. No. You need people who are going to be like, that don't make sense, dude. We ain't doing that.
And you know what's crazy? He had that guy. And he let him walk in Cody Rhodes. Cody was telling him, I know a lot of y'all didn't watch the road show. Watch that show. Go back and watch that show. Because you see Cody and Eric Bischoff talking. And he's like, yo, there's certain things I don't like. You see him and Tony Khan talking. He's flat out telling Tony, look, I don't want to do this shit. I don't know how much longer I'm going to do this. I don't know how much longer I want to be here. And Tony's just like, yeah, do whatever you want, buddy. Whenever you're ready, let me know. Like, no, motherfucker, you got to be a businessman. You run football teams. And based on your football team, your track record's not that good. Gabe, you can tell me about the soccer club or the football club, but I'm assuming they're not that good. All right? You don't want to do it three times with the rest.
Leave that shit to your daddy.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If that's your track record, it doesn't look too good. If you're going to do this in pro wrestling, you have all of the pieces around you. Do not fuck this up. This is our call to arms to you, Tony Khan. Because because we love your product. Don't get us wrong. But right now, it's looking kind of grim. And the way you're coming across, and I can tell you right now, from fans that call in on Busted Open, people who are like emailing and texting and tweeting them, a lot of people are getting really fed up with your shit. And not with your product, with you and your shit. The fact that the fact that you're promoting everything as if it's the greatest thing of all time. Listen, we'll determine if it's that great. Not you. You don't need to tell us it's going to be great. We need to watch it and say, oh, that was a banger. That was a classic. That was great. That's 5 stars. Not what Meltzer says. What we say. Because we're the ones who are dishing out the money for your pay-per-views. We are the ones who are going to your shows. We are the ones who are tuning in every week. We're the ones who will tell you if your shit's hot or not. Because trust me, the moment you start acting up, these fans, and we're not just saying us, but a lot of these wrestling fans will turn on you just like that. Like supposedly,
fickle.
Yeah, like the boos that occurred when the show first started, when he came up on the screen, those were legitimate boos. But from what I heard after the show, after the banger that you put on, by the way, the crowd went home happy. You came out and the crowd cheered you. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you're doing and chill to the back. Relax a little bit. Take it easy. Stay off of the cocoa. No more cocoa.
Yeah, he needs a second in command. He needs to set a leadership tier in place. Mm-hmm. And he, apparently Christopher Daniels was in charge of talent relations.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I love Christopher Daniels, but hit the bricks.
Yeah.
You failed miserably. You let a fight break out amongst 4 of the biggest names in the company.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to be in talent relations. How the fuck did it...
You got people ready to leave.
I understand that, CM Punk went into business for himself. But you should have been first back there fucking running to the elite. Like, hold on, guys. I know you guys are getting ready to go in there and start fucking shit up. But hold on. You should have been in between that. Should have never let it get to that point.
Yep.
Okay?
Same
But apparently you were sitting in the room. And reports are saying that you, Pat Buck, were just sitting there watching the whole thing go down. If that's true, hit the bricks.
Yeah.
Like, bye. Go to Impact. Go somewhere. Because you're not showing you have talent relations. And once again, you have somebody in charge of talent relations who is still semi-pro wrestler.
And he's another one of that clique. He's a Cali boy. Same thing with Kaz. Same thing with Scorpio. You know what I'm saying? Well, Scorpio was more on the outs of it, even though he was big in PWG. Another one of those guys that, you need to move away from. Because, like I said, there is a lot of talent on your roster. You got. I'll tell you right now, I've been saying this for a couple weeks now. Ricky Starks is a fucking star. Like, what are we doing with him? Is he just going to feud with QT and them? Like, is him and Hobbs thing going to go a little bit more? Because please let that go a little bit more. All right? You got a young star in Hook that you're doing properly. Keep doing what you're doing with him, all right? And I'm assuming, and like you said this a couple weeks ago, Eddie, Taz is probably like, my son ain't doing that. If my son's doing something, I'm approving it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, those people that we can clearly see are working correctly. Hell, Wardlow had to go out last Monday and check everybody. And like I said, the promo that he cut, some of y'all would have looked at him and started booing him. This motherfucker flipped the script and had the entire arena going nuts for his ass because he knew how to go out there and sell himself. So, I'm sorry. There was a lot of young talent. You got Jungle Boy. We still got Darby down there. You got fucking MJF, the pillars that we always bring it up. And Sammy Guevara. You have lots of talent to build off of. You have a lot of younger guys that are down in fucking Dark and Elevation who are working their way up. You got to focus on them too. You got to give them a little bit of shine. You can't just always be about your buddies.
AEW's hit the point where I understand they needed the names at the beginning.
Yeah.
Of course, you're just starting off. You're going to sign the ex-WWE guys. You're going to sign the people who are established, the people who have names, and you're going to put them at the top because those are the people who are going to get you the eyes to watch your product.
Yep.
It's the reason why Chris Jericho was your first champion. Okay? It wasn't because he was burying Paige.
Yeah.
It's because he knew that people were not ready to tune in to watch Paige.
Yeah.
They were tuning in to watch Jericho, though.
Yep.
Okay? And then when he went and made Paige champion, y'all complained about it.
Yep.
Oh, he's not being booked well enough. Like, okay, so if we would have made Paige a monster champion, y'all would have been, they're booking him too strong. So you made him a regular champion, a fighting champion.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not being booked well enough. Oh, he's not having this kind of match. Like, we understand. Everybody wants to book in their heads. And we've gotten accustomed to kind of being able to predict how the booking is going to go, especially with WWE.
Yep.
Okay? And it's starting to rub people the wrong way because they can't predict how the booking is going to go. Like,
I'm okay with it. I like not knowing.
People were upset with the Christian Jungle Boy thing. Oh, that was booked like shit. Well, after you found out that Christian was hurt and now he has to have surgery and he's going to be gone for nearly a year, it was booked masterfully.
Yeah.
It was booked. No, you couldn't do it any better.
Yeah.
Because you had to move away from Christian, but you didn't want to have Jungle Boy get a quick pin win.
Yep.
No, you had him get destroyed. So now you can. Christian's out. Jungle Boy still has a feud to go. Now Jungle Boy's not lost in limbo. He still has a feud.
Yep.
With Luchasaurus. You know, how long they could drag this out? Not long. I don't think they could drag that out
Honestly,
for too long.
I think they could drag it out pretty long. I think they can work it a couple weeks or a couple months with him in the mask, and then eventually the mask got to come off. Like, with all due respect to Luchasaurus, the mask got to come off. Austin got to come out and show who he truly is. Because I'm telling you right now, you're gonna make another star. Because people care about Jungle Boy and people cared about Luchasaurus, but now we got to find a reason to hate Luchasaurus. And with him being in that mask, I hate to say this, it's gonna limit him. It's going to limit the guy that he is. Because trust me, the guy can definitely cut a promo. He can definitely work. He's got the look. The time is going to come where that mask needs to come off. So you can push this another. You can push it till what's Revolution. Revolution's the new pay-per-view, New Year's pay-per-view, right?
Yeah, because
they got Full Gear's next.
Yeah,
and then,
Full Gear's
Revolution.
next.
Yeah, you can push it until Revolution.
You know, and then you got a couple of more months to wait for Christian to come back. Obviously, you're going to pick back up there and have your blow off then.
Yep.
And everything. But originally, people were like, oh, that was shit booking. But it made perfect sense. Like, you saw the arm thing on Christian. It made 100% perfect. And even in the end, it didn't make Jungle Boy look weak because they still rung the bell. He still took 2 finishers.
What do I always say about injuries? There's always a way to work around it.
And they worked around it.
They worked right around it.
Okay. People were upset about the Hobbs and Ricky Starks thing. I'm sorry.
To me, that was time constraints.
Time constraints, but it kind of makes sense because Hobbs is a fucking
beast.
monster.
If he gives you a spine buster, you should be down.
The story was perfect. Ricky came in a house of fire and got caught.
Yeah.
He came in too hot and got caught. And the bigger guy that we're promoting as a goddamn killer,
Powerhouse, by the way.
Powerhouse, gave him a powerhouse spine buster. So if Ricky had kicked out and gotten the victory,
everyone would be like, he's kicking out of...
Hobbs is fucked now.
Oh, he's weak.
Buried.
He's doing this.
He couldn't take Ricky out. Ricky's half it. So it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
You know how you work? Here's free booking for you guys. You know how you get Ricky Starks to beat Powerhouse Hobbs? You put him in a situation where it's no disqualification. Or he outsmarts the guy in a way like that. Because we all know, looking at him, size-wise, Powerhouse should run through a Ricky Starks. You know what I'm saying? And that's no disrespect to Ricky, because y'all know I love Ricky. But, like, come on. That's logical booking right there. Like, common sense, people. I know a lot of us out there in the world don't really use the common sense thing when it comes to pro wrestling, because we're supposed to suspend disbelief, like a Shayna Baszler and fucking Liv Morgan. But, I know I had to go there. But you know what I'm saying?
That's a prime example.
Literally.
Because if Ricky Starks had fucking beaten a Powerhouse Hobbs, people be like,
oh, it's not believable.
It's not believable. Hobbs eats dinners that are bigger than Ricky Starks. He should have squashed him. Yeah. But I'm supposed to sit here and be like, oh, Liv dominated 2 killers.
Let me ask you a question, right? Logically speaking, we put Manny Pacquiao and Mike Tyson in a boxing ring, okay? What's more likely to happen? Manny Pacquiao running circles around Tyson trying to hit him, or Mike Tyson landing one good shot and dropping his ass?
It's gonna get dropped.
I'm just saying.
Or the fight's gonna go 12 fucking rounds of Manny running around in circles. And then we gotta go to the fucking judges, and people still complain. Yeah. Oh, that boxing match sucked because Manny ran all day. And oh shit, because he's in there with Iron Mike.
Tyson, you know what I'm saying?
Like, even in his prime, both in their primes, Manny's not stupid.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get hit in the fucking face by fucking Mike Tyson in his prime. So you're gonna complain? Oh, because I'm sorry, boxing got to that point where people complain. Oh, there wasn't enough. They didn't fight enough. Mayweather's biggest fucking complaint about Mayweather. All he does is run until you're tired, and then
he whoops your ass,
and then he gets his shots in, or he wins by fucking.
It's like right now.
By decision.
It's like currently right now when it comes to boxing, right? I know we're deferring from the topic, but it's like right now with boxing, right? Everyone hates Jake Paul. Let me ask you a question. Who is the current welterweight champion of the world in boxing? Who's the current middleweight champion in boxing right now? Who's the current heavyweight champion in boxing right now? Even though we know
who's currently in boxing?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Nobody gives a fuck about that. But you know what everyone gives a fuck about? The fact that Jake Paul and Anderson the Spider Silver are boxing on fucking October 29th. You know how many people are going to buy that pay-per-view just to see that match? Nobody gives a fuck who the best in the world is. People want to see a gimmick. People want to see something wild and crazy. And I'll say this, and I'll put money on it right now. Anderson Silva's getting knocked out.
Oh, Jake Paul's paying him extra.
He's knocking him out. He's knocking him out. Whether he pays him or not, Anderson's getting
But
knocked out.
I was more interested. I saw a clip of fucking Bell and Peterson having a boxing match.
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
I found that more interesting than any other boxing match that's happened this year.
Yeah. Because you know what? Nobody cares about it.
I remember Adrian Peterson getting knocked the fuck out.
Yeah. Le'Veon Bell said, bye.
But don't ask me.
Don't ask me shit about who's fighting right now in boxing. I don't give a damn. Like, who am I supposed to care about? Deontay Wilder after he just got his ass whipped twice in a row? Like,
Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury.
Floyd retired. Nobody gives a fuck. You know, Bernard Hopkins retired. Nobody gives a fuck. Roy Jones retired. Nobody gives a fuck. Because you know why? Nobody's a fucking character. There is nothing that anybody cares about in boxing. You know why people care about Jake Paul? Either he's going to knock somebody out or you're waiting for him to get knocked the fuck out. And we're hoping that whoever he steps in the ring with, a la an Anderson Silva, is the guy to knock him the fuck out. And I'll tell you right now.
That's really why people watch Mayweather fights.
Yeah, because people want to see him get dropped.
It got to the point where it's like, can somebody knock this fool the fuck out?
No, can't do it. So it hasn't happened yet.
You know? But it's like, you're just not going to win. It's like, in the wrestling world, unfortunately, no matter what anybody does, because even now, Triple H is getting hate. People are like, oh, Vince did that better. Like, there's still people who are so blindly loyal to Vince that they're like, Hunter's not doing that great of a job and stuff. And like I said, is it perfect? No. Has he run into, there's been some hiccups? Yes. As of right now. Why the fuck is Bianca in there hurting her back, having to carry Sonya Deville?
And I will tell you right now,
she is carrying Sonya Deville.
Shit out of Sonya Deville.
Deville is looking like trash.
You see Bianca like, come on, move over here.
Yes.
Stay over here. I'm
like Bianca's face is telling me right now that she is like, what the fuck? This girl sucks.
Tez, I need a massage. Like, legit.
Like, her back, she gonna need a back surgery.
And by the way, Sonya's back, the back of her outfit just opened up, so, yeah. Yep, there we go, is the first adjustment.
But it's like, is it perfect? No. But it's getting better. But poor Hunter's still getting dragged because people are. I've seen people on there like, oh, why don't we have 24/7 titles anymore? Where's the 24/7?
Nobody gave a damn about 24/7 title.
Who? Why are you asking for the 24/7 title?
The only person we ever cared about with that belt was R-Truth.
Why on God's green earth are you asking for that to return? You found that entertaining?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm sorry. After Vince Russo said, I've been working for USA Network, that sounds like something he told USA Network to tell him to do.
And we all know USA Network was the one who wanted the 24/7 title.
That sounds like it was Vince Russo's idea to the USA Network.
That was some USA shit.
Because a lot of people, when the 24/7 title was made, we called that a Vince Russo move. And it came out to be kind of true. It's like nothing anybody does is good enough. Like, it's either, I could have booked that better. Yes, you probably could have, but
we don't get paid to.
Yeah,
we literally don't get paid to book shit. As y'all know, as much as I like to book stuff and how good I am at quote unquote booking stuff, I don't get paid to do it. I'm not gonna die on a hill because I feel like this person should be booked better than that one. I'll give my opinion on it, but my opinion isn't a fact. I don't get paid for it. Yeah. Once I start getting paid to get booking shit, then that'll be a different story. And James Allen, I am talking to you if you ever need a booker.
You know, Liv beating Ronda. That's a bad booking decision.
Yeah, I could not. I can book it once. I can book it once.
I can give you the cash in.
Victory. Yeah.
I can give you the cash in, But a legit one-on-one match, it should not have ended like that.
Oh hell no! I would have made Ronda injured. I would have had Ronda hurting before that match.
Attacked prior.
Yeah,
by
you know what I'm
somebody.
saying?
And then
Pay somebody off to jump her.
And then you have her go in there with Shayna fucking Baszler, and she damn near kind of dominated Shayna.
And even
Baszler.
Shayna, I can understand a fluke win on that one too. But at the same time, it's like, nah, son. Like
You stood toe to
those
toe
are trained
with a
killers.
killer.
Those are trained killers.
But that's acceptable booking.
Yeah.
You know, that's acceptable. But Jade Cargill beating Athena was unacceptable.
Oh no.
But we all know what would have been the narrative if Athena would have won. Oh, all that work they did with Jade, and they gave it to the WWE reject.
Yeah, exactly.
That would have been the argument.
All right. Well, Tony, you heard our little intervention thing. Hopefully you hear some of this shit. Hopefully it gets to you. Hopefully you actually implement some of this stuff. Now, really quick, we do got one more thing with AEW we can discuss. Actually, you know something? Let's hit up WWE for a little bit. We got one thing to really discuss in WWE because we do watch Raw live and y'all know our reactions. There was somebody who did officially debut on SmackDown this week, and Eddie, I want to get your thoughts on how does he fit into this bad thing of his bad boy. Solo Sikoa is officially part of the Bloodline now. He is the 4th/5th member, and he had a great debut. Him against Drew McIntyre. They threw him right into the fire. Thoughts?
I mean, as much as Solo has said in interviews he wants to be his own man, my man, you knew damn well this was happening.
Oh yeah.
It was written. First of all, Naomi should have been in there already as the women's version.
True.
And you were just next in line. Okay, so they put him in. They threw him into the fire. They protected him. The match. He didn't take an L.
Yeah.
And everything. He didn't take He didn't take a pinfall loss. He still lost by DQ because Karrion Kross attacked and everything. That knee isn't 100%.
With Solo?
Yes.
Yeah.
That knee is nowhere near 100%. He did look a little hesitant, and because that stems from the knee injury, so it's understandable and everything. But other than that, I have no complaints. It's obvious that it's just a matter of time when they kill Sammy.
That's coming.
That's going to be a brutal,
that's coming.
That's going to be a brutal decimation of Sami Zayn, and it's going to be masterful when Sammy returns a couple of weeks later, and that theme song goes off and people go fucking nuts.
Well, honest to God, I actually have been me booking again. I wouldn't even have Sami Zayn come back. I would have them jump him so bad that it would make it look like Sami Zayn is gone forever. And then who do you have? You have Kevin Owens appear, and he shows up with a masked man. And all he says are the words, Ole. That would be fucking phenomenal.
El Generico returns.
El Generico debuts in WWE. I would love to see that happen. But no, continue.
What?
Oh, poor Bailey.
Alexa Bliss. Do something with her or send her home to her husband.
I feel like all of these girls are in purgatory right now.
They really are.
I feel like the entire Raw women's division's in purgatory.
But, it was, like I said, watching Clash of Champions, I was like, okay, it's going to be Karrion Kross or Solo. Somebody's fucking him over. Mm-hmm. Okay? Once I saw the report that Solo was over there in the UK, I was like, okay, it's going to be Solo.
Yeah.
So it was just, it literally had to be done.
Yeah.
There was no other way. You had to do it. You had to bring Solo up and put him in the bloodline and everything. Mm-hmm. That's how he's going to get his exposure and everything, because putting him solo would have been a death warrant. Okay, so this benefits the kid right now.
Of course.
Okay. Let him get his feet wet. Let him get his reps in and everything. Let him learn under the tree of his brothers and everything.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit, look who's back.
Why?
Wow. And all bosses, we spoke them into existence. God damn it.
Why? When you tell... I'd rather watch Braun Strowman.
Honest to God, they better feud.
Honest to God, this better be Braun Strowman comes out and destroys him and sends him packing.
They need to feud.
Let him control his narrative with EC3. Oh, yeah. I heard he's hiring.
Oh, I heard he's canceling shows, too.
Yeah, because he ain't got nobody. They all left. But...
Guys are supposed to control our narrative. Nah, fuck this. They got money.
The eventual thing is going to lead to it's going to be Solo. I think Solo's going to be the one that takes out Sammy and everything, because it's pretty predictable if you have the Usos do it.
Yeah.
And, Jay's the one that really has a problem. Jimmy kind of.
Jimmy's just like, yeah, well, whatever. That's cool.
You're funny. You're a funny white boy.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, we gotta have the white boy around. He's funny and stuff. Jay's like, yeah, fuck this white kid.
Yeah, pretty much.
So Solo's gonna be the one that takes him out and everything. They're hinting at KO versus Roman again.
Yeah.
And everything, but Roman's not losing the belts apparently till after The Rock, which, in my opinion,
doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense because anybody believe The Rock's gonna win the championships at WrestleMania after Roman Reigns? Anybody?
No.
Because if you do, I got sand. I got sand to sell you at a local beach. I can cut you a deal in the sand.
Look, I got some ice in Alaska. If you want,
Okay.
I can sell it to you.
But it breathes a little bit of new life into the Bloodline storyline and everything. Not much, because where are we going with this? Because Drew's obviously going to be facing Karrion Kross.
Yeah.
So we're moving away from that.
Which I'm actually excited for.
What are we doing with the tag division? Like, we've been asking Hunter to do something with the tag division, and nothing's been.
By the way, Kyle, it's about 350.
Nothing's been occurring with said tag division as of right now. So what are we going to? Street Profits versus Usos?
I don't know where they're going with it. They're going to do that match.
Dear God, if I see another New Day Usos match, I'm going to fucking blow my freaking brains out. So let's not do that.
Yeah, please.
Okay?
And do something different. I don't
seen,
even think Alpha Academy right now.
And I've seen a lot of people over here all of a sudden now putting 2 belts on Solo in fucking pictures. Oh, he needs to go take the mid-card titles. No.
Does not need to happen.
Okay? That man does not need to go over there and beat Bobby Lashley and Gunther.
Yeah, no, it's not.
No.
He's not beating both of them.
No. Let's stay away from that. They don't need no more belts put on them and everything. If anything, it's time to start separating some titles.
Yes.
Time to start alleviating some of the weight that they're carrying upon their shoulders.
I've been saying this for the longest time. In Survivor Series, just have Roman work twice. Like, look, you're taking time off. You're working double on Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're fighting Rollins and you're fighting whoever on
And
SmackDown.
you're losing one of them.
Yeah, you're dropping one of those straps.
You're dropping it to whoever the Raw guy is.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever will decide to put as the Raw representative you're fighting, you're opening the show and drop. You're either opening the show and winning the the SmackDown side and losing to the Raw side.
Yeah, one or the other.
One or the other. You want to take the L at the beginning and then come back triumphantly at the end?
Yeah, you can do
or
that
do you
too.
want to do the other way? Which way you want to do this? But one of these belts needs to come off for you, because as of right now, it's an admirable job you're doing with Bobby Lashley, but it is the U.S. title. It is not your main event title. As much as you want to be like, it was the main event last week and everything, it was the main event with the fucking Miz.
I do like what they're doing.
And the best part of that match was Dexter Lumis.
It really was.
Other than that, the match, nobody gives a fuck about the match.
See,
only thing that people cared about was this guy underneath there.
Just staring at him.
That's it.
Here's the kicker.
I don't remember the match.
Remember back in the day when we were talking about Aleister Black getting called up, and I was like, the worst thing you can do is have him talk. Just have him shut the fuck up. Notice how Dexter Lumis hasn't said a fucking word.
Thank God.
Hasn't said a word.
Because we know if this was Vince, he'd be out there cutting fucking 20-minute long fucking promos.
Mm-hmm.
Sound like shit. Sound like a robot. Because I'm sorry, Dexter Lumis is not a promo guy.
No, not at all. He does not need to talk.
Sam Shaw, not a promo guy.
Oh, what the hell happened?
Somebody just throw something on the TV?
Nah. Wait, what the fuck?
Well, Almost is on the TV, so I can understand why the TV went fucking...
Nah, that's the channel.
Yeah, well, Almost just came out. Obviously. USA say, cut the feed. Almost.
Cut the feed. No one wants to see Almost.
Seriously, nobody wants to see Almost. Is this what you brought MVP back for?
Like, just so y'all, I just want to know if anybody in the chat is watching Raw. Did y'all's feed go out too? Because I'm watching Raw, and Raw's off. Well, let me switch the channel real quick. Yeah. For some reason, Raw just, went black.
USA Network doesn't even want Almost on TV. Technical difficulties on USA Network.
Oh, there we go.
You motherfuckers are fighting us.
See, look,
wow.
They steal our shit every week. When did y'all ever see a Raw technical difficulty sign before? Of course, it happens when the UWO does it. Stop stealing our shit. At least cut us a check. We'll take a check.
I'll take a job.
For real. I'll book.
I will be on your creative team if you want.
Titus, you need help with catering? I got you.
Yeah,
Whatever you need.
I can make a mean rice and beans. What we want?
Wait,
I can make a mean bacalao. With some totones, maybe some fried up cheese.
Oh shit, you get me hungry.
Yo, I'll have you. That's fish. It's healthy. Bacalao is catfish. It's healthy. So I'm ready to take care of the guys.
Hey.
The partners, that's some good protein in there. It's all healthy.
Look, I'll make a mean macaroni salad, boy.
Why is this man on my TV?
But I'll talk about Solo real quick. Honestly, I think it was a great debut. I think it was good for them. They placed him perfectly. They didn't have Roman come out and overshadow him. He was the focal point of the Bloodline storyline for the day.
You thought Roman was coming to work twice in a week?
Oh, God, no. You threw him in the main event with a guy like Drew, even though, like you said, you could see the injury playing its part. He looked good in the ring. He actually looked kind of comfortable in there. And we can all see the storyline that's going on with him and the Usos and Sami Zayn. Like, he even got involved in a little tension that's already there. So, for me...
Sammy on there.
Poor Sammy.
Retweeting to fucking Rikishi. It's almost like you got 4 sons.
I'm sorry. Sami Zayn's fucking gold.
Like,
it's fucking great.
It's going to be so masterful when he gets turned on. People are going to be shedding tears for this man.
Oh, people gonna cry. People gonna cry when Sammy gets
That's
hurt.
so fucked up what you guys did to Sammy, man. He just wanted to be part of the bloodline. He was like a brother.
He just wanted to throw it up.
It's gonna be so fucking hilarious.
It's
when
so
he gets turned. His post beatdown promo is going to be fucking great. He's probably gonna be on there crying.
Phenomenal.
How could you guys do this to me?
You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna show up with a neck brace and an arm sling and a wheelchair. Like,
I thought
we were boys, man.
I thought we were loose.
It's gonna be fucking gold. But no, I like what they did with Solo. Do I think he needs to hold the mid-card titles right now? Fuck no. Just have him be the hitter. Have him be the guy that shows up, whoops ass, and just fucking decimates people at the end of the match.
Why did my man go see Britt Baker?
Who, almost?
Almost got a fresh pearly whites going.
Holy shit, he got his teeth done.
That boy had a gap.
He got his teeth done.
That boy had a gap. That boy called up DMD.
Holy shit, almost got new dentures. Holy
Britt
shit.
Baker strikes again. And you talk about Forbidden Door. She's opening the Forbidden Door all the time. Roman, almost everybody going.
Yeah.
Everybody want that dental work. DMD.
DMD, hit her up. For real, holy shit, he really got his teeth.
Yeah, he had a gap going there and
Yeah, he had a
everything,
meat
man.
gap.
Yeah, I'm like, I knew I wasn't
Holy
tripping.
shit.
That boy got pearly whites going right now. He look like, this shit look like he a coffee drinker, cigarette smoker.
All right, extension to what we saw on Friday. Karrion Kross and Drew McIntyre finally going at it.
It's gonna be a good match. Just poor Drew, man. My man's back is hurt.
He's carrying the company.
My man back is hurt, man. This is why I was disappointed with Clash. Like, my man is out here carrying, and y'all couldn't give him a title, a one.
One of them.
One. Now he gotta go out there and put over a Cross, who great promo, great vignette, ring, mid.
Yeah, I like his style.
He's not. I'm gonna say
Not, I know he's not bad. Yeah,
He's not bad, but he's not. Oh my God.
Yeah. No, he's not. He's not. Mr. 5-star.
He's not getting 5 stars.
No.
He'll definitely get a respectable 4.
Yeah.
Depending on who's in there with. If he's in there with somebody who's not good, then it's probably not going to be. It's going to be a 2 or maybe a 3.
I don't even think it would be a 10-minute match, depending on who he's in the ring with.
But with somebody like Drew, I'm sure Drew is going to carry him to a banger match. He's going to make him look good, because that's what Drew does. Drew makes people look good.
Oh yeah.
Okay, he's gotten good at that, making you look good.
Yeah.
Okay, and he's going to get him over. Not much help is needed to get him over. Cross is over because he is a great promo and a great vignette. You know, as long as he doesn't have
Presentation's phenomenal.
Yeah, once again, this leads me back to why did Vince do this?
Yeah.
What did Vince need to change? Like people took, oh, you hate everything WWE, but we see clear as day with Karrion Kross that what Vince was doing
was bullshit.
Was crap.
It was bullshit. We all know it.
Was crap. Like even the Loyalist puppets gotta admit, holy shit, that was bad what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know a lot of puppets were like, oh, you gotta give it a chance, let it play out. Vince is a mastermind. He's gonna get this over. He's got that mask on because that's merchandise he could sell. He can get all the kids to buy that mask. And
nobody was buying that.
Nobody
shit.
was buying that.
Not even for Halloween.
Like, what you thought? People were going to dress up with suspenders and that mask and go trick-or-treating? Trick-or-treat? Who are you? I'm Karrion Kross.
Who the
Why
fuck
do you
is
look like
that?
You look like one of the gladiators that dies early in the movie Gladiator.
Yeah.
Gets killed by a fucking lion and a tiger and shit. Like, the fuck was that?
Yeah, we all know in 300 movies, if you're wearing a mask, you're probably dead.
Yeah. You
It's always the one without
Triple
the mask.
H brought him out, said, grow your fucking hair back. Brought him back and said, we're just going to do what you're good at. We're not going to change it. Just focus on your strengths.
Yep.
Well, mask your weaknesses with your strengths. Okay? Vince wanted to front and center weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
Front and center weaknesses.
Well, here's my next question when it comes to Karrion Kross. The whole TikTok thing with Roman. Like, is he if he gets this win over Drew, which we're assuming he's probably gonna, does he automatically become a viable contender to go against a guy like Roman?
I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that the entire goddamn planet saying that Roman's not losing until after Rock, no.
Yeah.
You know, if like God, why are we still?
Like this is the problem with
That's
Roman
the problem.
holding those belts.
Like if he goes in, if we build up Cross to be a viable contender
Mm-hmm.
and to be believable to be a champion, just for him to go in there and lose his first title shot against Roman, what are we doing here?
Because let's be honest, it's going to be the same shit. And it's honestly, and I'm not trying to start the AEW WWE thing again, this is what everybody was complaining about with Kenny. Too much outside interference. Too many people helping him out. It's the same thing with Roman. Literally the same shit.
Somebody tell me the last time Roman won a match without some interference.
Yeah.
Just a clean victory.
Yeah.
I think the last time he did it, he had one belt and he had just won that one belt.
Honestly, I think it was Kevin Owens. With the goal. Actually, no, because fucking Paul Heyman helped. Remember the handcuff thing?
Yeah, he handcuffed him.
Yeah, so
that whole box situation there. But
yeah.
That's one of the major complaints. It's like, and that's why everybody was excited. Everybody's like, oh, okay, it's going to be one-on-one.
Yeah.
Nobody. I'm like, no, you guys, don't fall for it. It's going to be some fuckery.
Someone's going to show up.
It's going to be some fuckery. As much as it's like, that's one of the dirty formulas, though, that they have to get away with. It's okay for the heel to get a clean victory.
Yeah.
Okay? If you present your audience with a good match, like, nobody thought Jericho was going to beat Danielson.
No.
It was a great match. Jericho won. Nobody really complained because it was a good match.
Mm-hmm.
It was a hard match. So it wasn't like it was a squash.
Yep.
So there was really no complaints you could make about who the victor was. And that's okay. If Roman was to have a good one-on-one match with somebody and come
get a
out
clean win.
with a clean win, people would be way less upset than if one of the Usos helped him fuck somebody over.
Yep, Sami Zayn or now Solo.
You know, and that's the problem. Every time somebody helps him win, people are like, oh, what the fuck? If he wins clean, people will be like, oh, fuck, he's still champion, he still won, but, well, at least there was no fuckery.
Yeah.
At least he won clean, and people will be more upbeat for it.
Yeah.
You know, that's my major complaint. It's like, I understand he's a heel. I
Yes.
understand heel tactics is to cheat to win.
Yes.
But you don't. If you're presenting this man to me as supposed to be God,
Yeah.
God
mode, yeah.
and it's supposed to be the end all, be all. Okay, let him win. Legitimately win.
Like, here's the question that I got now that I'm thinking about it. What's the deal with when The Rock comes back? Because are we going to have, the entire bloodline go against The Rock? Is someone going to turn on the bloodline and join The Rock? Like,
Or is the bloodline going to be like, yeah,
we're staying out of this.
We're staying out of this. But it's like, you can't do that because then you undermine the whole head of the table shtick.
Yeah.
Because if Roman's supposed to be the head of the table and the Usos and Solo are like, nah, we can't interfere. It's the Rock. It's Dwayne.
Yeah.
Then you're telling me, well, you might be the head of the table, but that motherfucker sits above the table.
Like, you in God mode, but that God.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the real question we gotta get to.
You only sitting there because he don't like that chair no more, and he's sitting in a bigger, better, higher up chair.
Yeah.
So that's what you're telling me.
Or do you bring the family back? Do you bring Rikishi? Do you bring Afa and Sika? Where are we gonna go with the storyline? Because everyone's so excited for the match.
That be the sense that makes. The old heads get involved and say, listen, y'all are having a one-on-one match because we, the elders of this family, say so. Like, Rikishi walks in and says, I am your father. I am your elder.
Yeah.
And in our culture, the elders have the Samoan culture. The elders say something. They say jump. You say how high, sir.
Yep.
Or you will get fucked up.
We'll continue that conversation. We'll save that again for next week when Kyle comes back, because we all know Kyle's the Roman guy, so he'll bring that up. And I would love to hear his perspective on this. One more thing before we go. The big news of the week.
Yeah, Lashley's always been on point.
Oh, yeah. Lashley's game's always been crisp.
Seth's game, man, he really is a joker.
I love that. I hate him, but I love the outfits at the same time. It's like, what the fuck are you wearing? And goddamn it, I would love to wear that if I had the balls to, but I won't.
It's like, how are you pulling that off?
Yeah, legit.
And how are you getting your tailor to make that?
Oh, here we go. This is about to get started. But
it's gonna pop up in the window right there.
Most likely, yeah. But last thing we really gotta talk about, and we really gotta give our prediction.
There he
is. Right off the rip. I'll put it on the screen and we can get into this real quick. The AEW Grand Slam Championship Tournament. Now, we talked about this a little bit earlier, but let's give our official prediction, since we know that Bryan Danielson has advanced and Sammy Guevara got an upset win in advance. So we're getting Jericho versus Bryan Part 2, and we're getting Sammy versus Mox. How do you see this playing out right now with these last 4 guys in there? Hey, it's Vegas.
Well,
leaves us speechless every time she's on the screen.
The finals take place at Grand Slam.
Yes.
That's one of their big non-pay-per-view shows.
Yes.
So, in my mind, Jericho's advancing over Guevara.
Oh, you mean Jericho over Danielson?
Jericho's fighting Danielson.
He is Danielson.
Ooh, that was
See, this is where
Guevara's getting killed.
But here's the thing.
Okay, any which way you slice, Guevara's getting fucked.
I'm actually pulling for Guevara, because Mox, like you said, he wants to be a legend, right? He's gone through 3, even though the first Punk battle was him. I know he's gonna want to run through Sammy Guevara, but I don't know what it is. I can see Tony pulling the trigger on. There's Loomis again in the background. I can see Tony pulling the trigger on having Mox lose, even though I know it's stupid, especially after the speech he just gave. I can see him doing that for some reason. I don't know why.
I got a feeling that the finals is coming down to Danielson-Moxley.
Most likely, yeah.
And you can go either way. Do you give Moxley a 3rd title, make him 3-time champion in such a short span? But then it's like, inevitably it's going to lead to MJF.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you want to do that and then only give Moxley, what, a 2-month title reign?
Yeah.
Full Gear's in November. It's already the end of September.
Yeah.
So you got October, and then, so basically almost a 2-month title reign just for him to drop it to MJF. It's like, no, if you're going to make him a 3-time champion, I would like it to be set up where he gets a lengthy title reign.
Yes.
And everything. So I can see them giving it to Danielson. Going with Danielson, people are like, oh, when Danielson gonna let his title run and everything. It's going to upset people that Danielson will, is going to lose to MJF.
Yeah.
And everything. But it's not going to hurt Danielson. Danielson, Moxley's Teflon. Danielson is goddamn adamantium. Okay, you cannot. He can lose to anybody and everybody, and he is absolutely
He'll
protected.
Be fine. Yeah.
Absolutely protected. At the end of the day, the story really is MJF overcoming a WWE guy.
Yeah.
Because you got to revisit that. You got to play off of that.
Oh yeah, easily.
The the man's already.
This man's in the house now.
I'm in there drawing pictures.
He's drawing
You know, the man's already said it that he's here to take out the WWE guys.
Damn, he draws fast. Holy shit.
He even got the kids in there. He even got the kids in there.
I'm sorry, I'm loving this fucking storyline.
So it's like I can see it coming down to a Moxley Danielson. You know, and Danielson squeaking out a victory over him. And Moxley goes on his vacation because it's all face it, the man earned it. And he had to cut his vacation short. I'm sure Renee wasn't too happy about that. She's like, fuck, if I ain't home and this shit happens.
Yep.
She's like, all right, honey, go put your cape on and go save them. And he's like, whoo. Flew on in and like, dun 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 dun. So, you know, Moxley's gonna go in there, do the one last job, get it to Danielson, go take a break, recuperate, take some time off, enjoy some of the holidays. You know, I'd let Moxley stay home until next year.
See, this is why
I'd give him the winter off and be like, go relax.
Like obviously, like the obvious choice for us, like you said, is probably Danielson versus Moxley, right? This is why I say I can see Sammy getting the win. Because with all due respect, Sammy, like this whole tie thing, like I've been saying this from the jump, I don't get the hate for this dude, but I can
The hate stems from the fact that
he's banging Ty.
And people are like,
they're jealous.
Yeah, it's jealousy hate. It's like, you did this to Pam.
Yeah.
No, it's because he upgraded from basic to premium.
And no disrespect to Pam. Pam wasn't busted, but
yeah, she wasn't busted, but
it's Ty Mello.
Let's be real. She was Sarah plain and tall.
Yeah.
She was basic. You know, to us basic individuals, that's a catch.
Yeah.
To somebody who is chiseled out of stone and is a heartthrob and is on a come up.
And he's a phenomenal athlete.
And is fucking young, you know, that's just boring.
Yeah. Eventually, he was going to move on from her anyway. It was just fucking weird that he proposed to her in the ring. Next thing you know, he slopped and spit with Ty Mello.
You know, at least he didn't go through a nasty divorce. Save him that much.
Yeah.
Because he could have got married and then had a nasty divorce months later.
And we still to this day don't know how...
in a cheating scandal or some shit like that.
Yeah, we still to this day don't know how the relationship ended. So it could have been her fault. It could have been his fault. It could have been either way. Whatever. But like I always say, I never understood the Sammy hate. Like I'm not gonna hate on somebody for who they're dating. Like I don't give a damn who you're married to.
And don't get me wrong, Sammy works better as a heel.
Yeah, he plays a phenomenal heel.
He's a little prick.
Yeah, he's a total prick.
Everybody wants to hate the little prick.
Yeah.
And he's out there flaunting like, look at my chick. Yeah. Like, yeah.
All Laurie's gonna keep making out with her and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Her down and stuff like, ha, be jealous.
Like I'm tapping this, y'all ain't like I ain't gonna get mad at her for that.
But when it comes to heel work,
he's
going
right
to get booed. You're out there slobbering on some chick that most of the guys are looking at theirs and they're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Prick. Fuck you.
Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be mad at him. Like, hey, do you? I ain't gonna hate on another man's success or their goals or their wins or whatever. I don't give a shit. But, like you said, most likely Moxley's gonna go away, right? I can see Jericho setting something up to, like, even if we say let's do Moxley and Sammy Guevara first in the night, right? And we save Jericho and Danielson for the end of the night. I can see the JAS coming out and trying to help Sammy to win. Just so Jericho can be like, we got one half of the JAS in there. Now it's time for me to get in there. And then fucking, we all know Danielson ends up getting the win or whatever from Jericho. Because we all know Jericho is going to eat this L and Bryan's going to get his win back. Because they're two untouchable people. It doesn't matter, like you said. They're bulletproof in AEW. I can see Tony Khan trying to make another young star in Sammy Guevara. I don't see Sammy winning the title, though, from Bryan, not at all, because I feel like you said, MJF is in the background. He's waiting. But I could see Tony giving us that match, because we've already seen Bryan versus Moxley. We have yet to see Bryan versus Sammy Guevara. And let's be honest, Bryan versus Sammy Guevara will be a fucking banger the day that match happens. Because you got a phenomenal high flyer and a guy like Sammy Guevara. I've been saying this from the moment AEW signed him, when I was the only one saying, watch out for this kid, he's fucking special. You know what I'm saying? And the kid's proved it time after time. And let's be honest, year one of AEW, Sammy almost died like 90 times. That guy has sacrificed his body and life 1,000 times for
Still out there
AEW.
trying to die.
He's still trying to kill himself. You know what I'm saying? He's almost as bad as Darby at times.
You know, the man can't catch a break when it comes to a golf cart.
Yeah, no, not at all. Golf carts show up.
And see,
everywhere.
yes, it sounds like 50-50 booking, but this is a 50-50 booking out of necessity.
Yeah, out of necessity. Like, this is break glass in case of emergency.
Yes, this it has to be done. There's situations where 50-50 booking has to be done, and in a situation where 50-50 booking does not need to take place. Like a Matt Riddle, Seth Rollins, we don't need to revisit this for Matt Riddle to get his win back at Extreme Rules. That's a 50-50 booking that's not necessary.
Yeah.
Okay? The feud's over.
Yeah.
Seth won the feud.
Yeah.
There's no shame in that. Move on.
But they're still going.
They're still going.
He literally was screaming, "I don't want a rematch."
Just to
on
come
Raw.
up.
He was literally
Last
saying,
week,
"I don't want a
rematch. I want to do it. I'm moving on to bigger and better things." The next week, he's costing him a match, curb stomping him.
Yeah.
So that's bad 50-50 booking. Because unless Riddle's going in there to lose again, which will make no sense because he's on a losing streak.
Yeah.
And that's the Vince McMahon way of thinking, that the babyface has to lose, get all the way down to the bottom of the fucking rung,
Just to rebuild him back.
and then win and say, "Oh, we're rebuilding him because he won." No,
You already buried the guy.
You buried the guy so far down. Like, that's what we were afraid of with Seth Rollins at one point. The man hadn't won a fucking pay-per-view match in 15 fucking months.
Yep.
And stuff.
I'm starting to think that the more I'm watching this fight back with Theory and KO, I'm starting to think this was a legit, like...
He kicked him in the dick a few times in that corner.
Yeah, because Theory came out fucked up. Like, they're working, but KO was throwing some bombs in there. Some stiff shots.
There's a few stiff ones in there.
Yeah, there was a couple stiff
I
shots.
think he caught him in the dick a few times. He might have been trying to kick that turnbuckle, but Theory was a little too low. And he might have caught him in the nuts.
Yeah, like even right here, the pull apart with PD and Jamie Noble, like, you can see like he looked like he was legit hot.
Yeah, I think he might actually got kicked in the nuts. And he might actually be mad.
Yeah, like if not, this is a phenomenal pull apart between these two. But no, like I was saying, like
No, I can see what you're saying.
with giving Sammy that little bit of rub, like elevating him.
Throw in the the wrench in there. It's like Sammy beat Moxley.
Yeah. And then, like you said, Mox can go away. He can go on his vacation. Be like, hey, we only need you for 2 weeks. We don't need you to really take the ball and run with it.
Like, well, the ball's in your court and everything, but go relax for a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially because in the fact the man has demons that he's still fighting, that he's still trying to keep away and everything.
Yep.
You don't want to burn the guy out and make the guy. Yeah, look, he's bleeding and stuff. So there's definitely a few stiff ones.
Yeah, KO caught him lovely.
Yeah, he caught him with a few stiff ones. Look, why is there always blood on TV, huh? We don't. Well, there's always blood on TV.
Well, they're promoting this. Please tell me they're promoting this for next week and not tonight.
No, it's gotta be next week.
Yeah. Good.
Because it's already 10:39, so.
Good.
Yeah, next week, because it's already 10:39. I thought last year was supposed to be the main event.
No, I think Edge and Dominic are main eventing tonight.
Oh dear God.
Yeah. We get to see Latino heat. But no, like I said, I would love for them to give Sammy a shot. Give him a shot.
They have promoted online Bobby Lashley versus Seth Rollins.
Well, no, because of the whole thing with Riddle, I guess they canceled it, and that's why they had a little interaction in the back.
Oh, so clickbait.
Yeah, most likely.
I thought they were. Well, I was not overly excited because I'm like, wait a minute, why is Seth doing the feud with the mid-card title?
Yeah.
I was kind of.
Well, it's because this is the only title they have on the show, so.
Once again.
Need more belts. But no, I would love for Tony to give Sammy the chance. You know what I'm saying? Like we talk about this all the time with AEW. They're great at building young stars. This is the time that you can elevate a guy like Sammy Guevara. Have him get the shot that Jericho can't get. You know what I'm saying? Like, have Jericho back him up. Be like, look, I'm going to prove my point when I say no one's taking over this fucking company for me. It's me and my crew. I've been with this kid since day one in this company, and I want to make sure he succeeds. I want to make sure that he's one of the first 4 of the pillars to actually hold this world title. You can work a storyline like that and give Moxley some time off. And like I said, you have a perfect write-off. Use the JAS. Use fucking Cool Hand, Ange, and fucking Daddy Magic. Bring Jake Hager out of fucking training for a little bit. Have him run down there. You got Anna Jay. You got Ty Mello. You got fucking so many people on your fucking roster right now. You can find a way to get past John Moxley. Wait, what happened?
Dominic's not Latino. He's more like a sparkler you see on 4th of July.
For real. Good point. So, but thoughts. Who's coming out of this as the winner, Eddie?
What?
For the tournament.
Danielson.
You're going? I'm going with Danielson too.
Like, I go with Danielson, and to tell you the truth, I wouldn't even have. MJF has that chip in his back pocket. People are assuming Grand Slam. I mean, not Grand Slam, Full Gear. I wouldn't even do that Full Gear. I would wait for Revolution. I let MJF just toy with it. You know, let Danielson have a different match, a different opponent at Full Gear. Full Gear, out of all the pay-per-views, that could be considered a B-level pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You know, they only have
Double or Nothing and All Out are like the two major ones. Like
All
Revolution.
All Out is marketed as their WrestleMania.
Yeah.
All In is marketed as the second biggest show.
Oh, Double or Nothing.
Oh, Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, All In, Double or Nothing now. You know, Revolution, it's the beginning of the year show.
You know what's funny though? Revolution is always the best show of the year.
And that's why
Like illegitimately.
I do it at the beginning. Let MJF, you know, if MJF is going to win that belt, do it at Revolution at the beginning of the year. You know, brings us to 2023. We all know 2024 is when the bidding war starts.
Yep.
You gotta let the kid run the whole fucking year. The year MJF.
Hell, I'd do it at Winter is Coming.
You know, and like as we inch closer to that contract expiring and MJF teasing that I'm about to walk out of here with this belt and everything, that's when somebody you have been building up, doesn't necessarily have to be a Moxley or Danielson type, somebody new that you've been building up.
Throw Starks.
Yeah, somebody.
Starks, throw Hobbs,
you
throw
work,
Arrow.
You work on somebody and you're building them up slowly throughout the year, and that they become that person that manages to pry that belt out of MJF's hands at the last fucking minute. Because I do not want to see him jump the barricade at the end with the belt, pull a CM Punk, and blowing kisses, and leave him with the title, and then we gotta spend months. Oh, is MJF going to WWE with the title? And we got some interim AEW bullshit going. No, I don't want to see none of that. Okay, let this kid just own it.
Yeah.
Own it for the whole year, and just be teasing like nobody can take this belt from me. Ain't nobody stopping me. I'm gonna walk out of here the day my contract expires with this belt.
Yep.
And either the day of or the day before or something, somebody that you have been building up to be the next.
Hell, I even got an idea. Whoever gets the chip next year.
No, you know what?
Have whoever gets the chip next year. MJF on his last night wins his match, thinks he's safe. Next thing you know, somebody comes out and cashes in on him.
Now that I think about it, that would be an excellent thing. Wardlow.
There you go. That could be the guy.
He finishes up his TNT title run. You have him do some things here and there. You slowly building him up and everything. You get him into the main event picture and everything. He's having matches with main event guys and everything. And you know that at the last minute, MJF is like, I've run through everybody. Who's going to stop me?
Boom.
And boom, his past comes back to haunt him.
That would actually be a phenomenal
The guy
way.
that he brought in, the guy that he thought he owned and belittled and thought he was just going to fire and cast aside after he was done using him, is the guy who came in and stopped him from committing the ultimate fucking goddamn sin.
The cardinal sin in wrestling. Taking the belts.
Taking the belt and showing up somewhere else with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Honestly, that's actually really good booking.
That would be a great culmination to the story of Wardlow. He defeated the devil.
Yeah.
The guy who brought him in. The guy who was using him. The guy who was trying to get rid of him.
Yeah.
The guy who he treated like a slave.
Yeah, it would be great fucking storytelling.
So, you know, they have a lot of different avenues. That's why I said I wouldn't even do it at Full Gear. I have MJF just,
Play it out a little longer.
Play it out. You know, obviously, MJF has in his contract, but he doesn't have to wrestle as much for some odd fucking reason. This kid apparently is, everybody's getting ready to throw a buttload of money at him, but I have not seen one 4-star match out of the fucking kid.
Well, him and Darby was fucking great.
And that was
Him
Darby.
and Sammy was really good too.
That was Darby. That was Sammy. Killing themselves. Like, I legitimately haven't seen
You know what it is with MJF? Like, here's the difference between Darby, Sammy, and MJF, and even Jungle Boy, right? Darby does crazy shit. Sammy does crazy shit. Jungle Boy does cool shit. MJF is the guy that makes you care. Like, it doesn't matter what he does.
See, the thing is, those three guys, their strong points are wrestling.
Yeah. Well, see, MJF he's actually a strong wrestler too, but like
his strongest points
is his talking. Yeah, his microphone ability will overshadow his in-ring work. But if you really look at his in-ring work, he works old school. Like, he works like and I know these are your boys. He works in FTR style.
Yeah,
where he breaks it down to like basic wrestling. He doesn't have to do cool shit, which he can do. Don't get me wrong. MJF can do some cool shit in the ring, but he doesn't need to because people care about him. He can hold you in a chin lock for 20 minutes, and that place is gonna boo every second for that 20 minutes because people give a shit about him. When it comes to the other guys, Darby's got to kill himself for people to give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Sammy's got to get damn near killed by a golf cart for people to give a damn. Even though he does phenomenal shit and people respect his work, he's got to put his body on the line.
Let's face it, the people, Sammy's boring, but when Sammy's getting off a cage, holy shit, that was great.
Yeah, it was great. So,
and Jungle Boy is still just coming into his own. He's going to be okay. He's coming. Considering his promos at the beginning to now.
Yeah. Way better. Way better.
That's stuff. Right
Before
now,
he was afraid to even look at the camera.
Yeah. Now he's got some attitude. He's putting some bass into his voice.
Mm-hmm. Looks like he's getting bigger too. A little bit bigger.
A little bit bigger. Unfortunately, he's at that age where he's not going to get any taller and like that. He probably get a little bit more muscular.
Yeah.
And then like a pack, short but fucking got that
jacked up.
Packs on top of packs.
Yeah.
So where we go from there, I don't know, but I would hold off. I would let Danielson have a nice little run through the fall, because people are going to be upset. He drops it in 2 months.
Yeah.
It's going to be you gave the belt to Danielson just to be a transit. I already hear it now. Transitional champions. Okay.
People love that term.
So as of right now, that's all they can say. This is transitional. Yes, unfortunately, the circumstances that are provided to us by our EVPs and our former world champion, we have to do some transitional shit right now.
Yeah.
Okay? We gotta do some transitional shit and some wacky booking to fix some fucking messes that were caused by some unprofessional fucking people.
Yeah.
Okay? Give us some time. Let TK and everybody fix this stuff up. Okay, it's gonna be okay. Relax. All you fucking people. It's done. That's it.
It's not dead.
No, this ain't the Titanic. The bitch ain't sinking. Okay, the fat lady started humming some bars. Jericho put her in the lion tamer.
Yep.
Shut that bitch up real quick.
Lizzo, get your ass to the bed.
Okay. Motherfuckers was trying to fight eulogies and shit. They caught chair shots and got bloody by Moxley. Okay. Anybody else want to get out of line? Danielson will bell lock your ass.
That's right.
Okay? So, calm it down. Okay?
AEW is going to be all right. Like, honestly, I think that's the biggest thing from this week.
It's a growing pain. It's a learning experience. Like, people get upset because shit happens in AEW, but don't understand that, yes, TK is in charge, but TK is green as baby shit.
Yeah.
He don't know what the fuck he's doing. He's learning. He's literally learning on the job.
Yeah, this isn't a guy who has wrestling business experience. He was a fan.
He wasn't working for a previous promotion. He didn't sit under a learning tree of any promoter or anything like that. He didn't work for any other companies.
He didn't intern. He didn't pay his dues. He's a guy with money who was able to start a promotion. I'll tell you right now, if I won that one bill, that, by the way, nobody has claimed it still.
Yeah, how the fuck somebody won that and nobody claimed it?
Nobody has claimed that still. By the way, if they do that shit and nobody claims it, y'all need to put the bill back into the fucking thing. I want to play again. But if I had $1 billion, of course I'd buy a fucking wrestling company. I'd buy that shit in a fucking heartbeat.
Yes, TK is a mark.
Yeah.
But he's a mark with money. And trust me, if I had his money,
I'd be doing the same shit.
Fuck. I'd probably be putting bids in on the deal, but hey, Nick, I know you like to sell shit.
Shit, if I want to buy an indie, I'll buy New World Wrestling Extreme. I'll go half with James on it. Or I'll go to World, I'll hit up Beyond Wrestling and be like, yo, y'all need a private donor? I got you. You know what I'm saying? I'll hit up GCW. Y'all need some money? I got you. You know what I'm saying? I would buy into a wrestling company just like that if I had the money for it. If
I would have
had
bought
the-
Ring of Honor.
Yeah, I would have bought Ring of Honor. Shit. You know what I mean?
If I had expendable fucking wealth,
Yeah, I would do it too.
don't get me wrong. If I was rich, I wouldn't do it. But if I had expendable wealth, because they have wealth
Yeah.
that they can expend.
Like, they ain't rich. They're wealthy.
Okay? People be like, oh, Tony Khan's losing all this damn money.
That's chump change for this dude.
The fuck? The man invested $100 million and didn't blink an eye.
Let me ask you a question. You got a car? You drive a car? You got a bumper on your car? He good. Trust me. Every time you buy a car,
The man hasn't touched a steering wheel.
royalties, bitch.
You think the man touches a steering wheel? No, somebody drives him.
Yeah.
Oh, that damn cocaine and White Claw. You can't
You think
drive.
he holds the straw when he's snoring?
Oh my
Fuck
God,
no.
this kid-
Somebody else does.
This kid tried to do 3 Amigos. Looks like shit.
I'm sorry. I can't get into Dominic as a heel. Like, this isn't working for me. This really isn't working for me. I'm sorry. I can't with Dominic. I tried.
Is it healthy for Edge to be out here fucking breaking his back carrying this kid?
I mean,
At his age?
he's doing Ray a solid. He's like, you know what? We've been friends for a while. I'll put your kid over. So,
But is it really healthy for his back?
no. Not at all. I mean, he had neck problems, so back may be good.
Oh my God, kid. He couldn't even sell that correctly.
Yeah, I'm with you, Kyle. This ain't it. I'm sorry. I try with Dominic. I really am, but he looks exactly the same. Like nothing. He's wearing purple and black now. Like he is better than Omos. I'll give you that much. But
Everybody's better than almost.
yeah, pretty much. All right, Eddie. You want to wrap this up? Maybe we have much left to talk about. So it was a good show. Kyle, it sucks that you weren't here. Wish you were a part of the show. Hopefully you get your shit taken care of. See you next week. Any closing remarks, Eddie?
I was lying. He just didn't want to be here because he knew I was about to fucking bury his ass.
And the thing, we talked bad about AEW today, and he wasn't here.
He knew I was coming with all the goddamn ammunition, all the shields. I was in there. He knew I was coming with my best Zuckerberg block. You're blocked. You're blocked.
And yes, Kyle, I agree. Serpentico over Disco Inferno. He's on the road, baby. He's on the road. He's almost at 100. We don't have
Santina
celebration.
Morella over Disco Inferno.
Oh, anybody over Disco. I'll take Omos over Disco Inferno.
I'll take Barry Horowitz over Disco Inferno.
We are going to celebrate Serpentico's 100th loss, by the way. We are going to be the podcast to do that.
Oh yeah, I might. We'll get some more poppers. We'll sit here and do a streamers.
Serpentico, yeah, we got to do the streamer thing like he does. I'll have Dina make a banner for us. So y'all got to tag Serpentico. Make sure he watches this. But all right, this is a good show. 2-man power trip. It's been a while since we've done one of these. But thank you everybody who's watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, share with a friend. Thanks for all the people who tuned in, who commented in the chat.
Simon Dean over Disco. Anybody.
Okay, Nova was a beast in ECW, by the way. I'm just saying. I'm just going to throw that out there. But thank you, everybody who tuned into the show. We will catch y'all next week. Eddie, anything to close out the show with?
Nope, except for fire me, you fucking marks.
We'll catch y'all next week.
Later.
Later.